here. I'm delighted for Bailey, who I think is, a top lad. He's got a World Cup coming up. He's not played, so I'm delighted for him that he's getting an opportunity this afternoon. And obviously, I hope he does well. As has been made clear, and you've made clear, Nick, playing Barton and Wright together does leave you a bit open to being sliced through the middle. And certainly, Anthony Patterson's going to have to be on his toes this afternoon to come off his line if there's a ball played over the top, and he might need to rush out and clear it. But I think the big plus is the two fullbacks you've got in O'Nien and Sirkin are both capable of coming across and covering those central defenders. But if come 5 o'clock Sunderland have lost a goal simply by being sliced open through pace, then everybody's going to say that's why Wright and Bart can't play together. But for me, at the moment, on balance, I'm pleased that Wright is back in the team, particularly given what you're saying about the lack of physical stature in our team against a big physical side like Luton Town.
Yeah, I think that will be echoed by a lot of fans. I think have been on social media and phoning Total Sport this week. But it's worth, I've just been reminded actually, thank you Sean, it's worth mentioning, and condolences to Mick Harford's family, because his brother-in-law died just the other week, which is one of the reasons he was at the Stadium of Light actually.
Great lad.
Yeah, so our thoughts go to Mick's family, because clearly I think a lot of people around Sunderland will know.
Yeah, very, very popular lad. He's driving the taxis as well. Every opportunity, Mick will pass through and visit David as well. So our condolences go out to the family. But just going back to Bailey Wright and Bart, yes, they haven't got pace. But if you go back and look at some of the best centre halves who have played for clubs, I would say 50% of them didn't have pace, but what they did have is that they could read the game. You look at Tony Adams. I wouldn't say he wasn't fast. Played alongside Keown, wasn't fast. As long as you've got that sort of relationship, that partnership, that understanding, you can manage the game.
Welcome.
Look at Tony Mowbray. Tony Mowbray was a centre back. Okay, I would say he was electric, but he was a good. Him and Pallister together formed a good partnership. Now, Bailey Wright and Bart can do that. Yeah, they might play a little bit deeper, but with all their experience, what they've got, they should be able to deal with pace.
Kenilworth Road, Rob, you won't be at all surprised to learn it hasn't changed from the first time you were here in 1898. It probably could do with a lick of paint here and there.
It's not changed at all. I think the first time I was there really was about 1973, and I got there, Nick, and it was one of my worst experiences ever following Sunderland. Because I got there, I can't remember if it was exactly 73, it might have been a year before. I got there and the match was postponed, and we got all the way to Luton for a game. The match was postponed. Luton had never announced it was postponed because they were selling tickets for a big cup tie that afternoon, and they wanted their fans to turn up and buy the tickets. And because our driver needed his lawful 10 hours rest, we had 10 hours to wait in Luton before we could come back, where we were at the mercy of the Luton hooligans in the early 70s, which was not a pleasant sight. So I went to the pictures and slept through a kung fu film about 3 times till it was time to get the bus back, and never saw the game. So I always think of that when I think of Luton, and I think since then, as you say, it's not changed. It's a really awkward little ground because it's tight and compact. The home fans will whip up, as you know, as you've both experienced many times. They will whip up quite an intense and hostile atmosphere, and I always think it's a difficult ground to play at. But on the other hand, we've all remembered the day we were all there when we won 5-0 at the end of the season to secure the league title, and so there's been some happy memories at Luton as well. But for me, I always go back to the day that we had to spend 10 hours kicking about in Luton on the day we travelled there and the match was off. So not a happy memory for me.
No, I think on the way in here today, we noticed where you'd scratched "Rob was here," 1972, because they've not painted it since.
I wouldn't do such a thing as that.
Certainly, there's been a lot of conversations around here over lunchtime about the approaches to the ground, and certainly inside. I'll echo Benno did say earlier on, actually, within the stadium itself, it's quite sort of it's an old-fashioned, proper football ground, if you like. Good atmosphere. I mean, it's a sort of it is a throwback, but I mean, it's not. You know, you can still say that about Fulham, and they play in the Premier League at Craven Cottage. It's that sort of ground, that sort of atmosphere. But I mean, I know plans are afoot to move to a new site not far from the station in the centre of the town. But then that was the case when we were last here, that first game of the season under Jack Ross, when Sunderland got relegated. And I think, you know, if you had got in here in 1972, Rob, it would look exactly the same. And Rob's gone.
He's had enough.
He's had enough of me, so he's gone. Anyway, Rob, we'll chat with Rob next weekend, home to Cardiff on the Saturday. Still to come before 3 o'clock. We're going to hear from Tony Mowbray, a recap of the Sunderland team. It's Patterson in goal, O'Nien, Wright, Barton, Sirkin, Neil, Evans, Ahmad, Pritchard, Clark and Diaku on the bench. Bass, Mishu, Roberts, Embleton, Sims, Mateti and Hume. The Luton team is Horvath, Lockyer, Potts and Bell, Bree, Lansbury, Clark and Doughty, Campbell, and up front Carlton Morris and Elijah Adebayo, who was signed from Walsall but originally on the books of Fulham, and Carlton Morris was signed from Barnsley, where they also got Corley Woodrow, who you'll hear Tony Mowbray chatting about in his interview in a few minutes' time. It's, as I was saying, it's a glorious afternoon. It's very, very warm. Half the pitch is in sunshine, the far side.
Good afternoon, Matthew Borden. Come on, you as he says. Good afternoon.
We sit sort of about the middle of the main stand. We're in shadow. There's a fan waving.
Not had a bad season so far. It won't be an easy match.
You've got a puzzle look thinking, who is it?
No.
I'm joking. You are well known, certainly known to his dad. Anyway. So there will be a number. I think we noticed the last time we were here that the Sunderland fans, a lot of them had infiltrated the executive boxes on the far side as well. So there'll be a fair number, I think, of Sunderland fans scattered around the ground. So a reminder then, Rob Mason, we'll chat to Rob Mason next week about his just published all the players complete record, and it is huge, isn't it? I mean, you
it is a book. It is a big book.
It's a book and a half.
Must admit.
But it's well written and it's well researched.
Yes, Telly could do with a win like so, absolutely, totally.
That will be spoken about.
That will solve a few arguments, that's for sure.
It's a sort of book with a
hard
complete record.
Defeat against
Yeah, we'll solve a lot of arguments. And I mean, I dread to think, to be honest, I can't imagine how much work and how much time Rob Mason must have spent on putting it together.
On the bench, but great news, finally Bailey Wright started. Should have started.
The information is unbelievable.
Got some results earlier on from the
this afternoon's game then. Luton looking to bounce back from a 4-0 defeat, described as inept by their chief executive. Sunderland looking to bounce back from a 4-2 defeat to Burnley last weekend. And interestingly, both Dan Neal and Trey Hume, when I interviewed them, Dan after the game last weekend, and Trey Hume after the open training session this week at the Stadium of Light,
in goal, Patterson, O'Nien, Wright,
what happened in the second half was that the team lacked clarity. It was quite an admission.
Diaku,
and they both felt
Clark,
that there was one half the team doing one thing and one half the team doing something else, and nobody really sure of what they were meant to be doing.
Roberts, Embleton,
it's interesting when you talk about character. And what do they mean by character? Is that down to experience? You're speaking about two young lads.
Benitez had a knock or something.
Dan Neal, Trey Hume. It'd be an experience for them. Especially when you're winning a game 2-0, and all of a sudden, they're coming back into the game, and you're looking around for some guidance, and really you're just looking at maybe Bart or Corey Evans, and then after that, you're scratching your head. So, yeah, you do need that balance. You need that experience. You need that so-called character, and you need that feel. And what we've talked about, especially at half-time last week, when we said, look, 2-0 down, they were 2-0 down, they're going to come out. You've got it, and again, we're talking about battles.
So hopefully you can hear everything loud and clear.
You've got to expect that they're going to come out. You're going to expect today. We're going against Luton. Expectations. They're going to be at you. They're going to be in your face. They're going to try to stop you from playing. Every opportunity, the ball's going to try to come into the box. They're going to be battling. They're going to try. If they don't win the first one, they're going to win the second one. Don't be surprised. That's what you should expect to happen. and you've got to deal with it. Now you deal with it.
So anybody on the chat, welcome. What's your predictions today then?
They'll be surprised. But you've got to win the battle.
Indeed. Let's hear from the Sunderland head coach then, Tony Mowbray. I spoke with him on Thursday afternoon. Tony, going back to the open day and the 4,000 or 5,000 there, it struck me that it's what you talked about in managing young players. It's almost like they were more pop star than football stars on Tuesday afternoon.
Yeah, the balance is always. I mean, the popularity of football is quite amazing, isn't it, around the world? I think, and here we are, not even in, the Premier League. It's Sunderland is a football nut city, and we have to accept that. And to play for this football club, you have to have some personality, and you have to, be counted really on all days. And
they're not a soft touch at all, Telly.
You wouldn't pick an open day, to be fair, on the back of a 4-2 defeat at home. And yet, I thought they went out.
He never seems to panic, Tony Mowbray, does he? He always has that monotone voice.
And it's just great to see the fans being so supportive of the players, really. And so yeah, it doesn't surprise me that such big numbers turned up at this football club. We have to try and, as time rolls, we have to try and give them a football team that they believe are going to win every game. And the people I've been speaking to over the last few weeks, I had a couple of fans forums in the last few days. They all seem pretty supportive still of the project, if that's what we're going to call it, of the journey that this club is on. We've come out of League One. Nobody wants to be looking over their shoulder and thinking, how many points have the bottom three got? And I'm pretty confident that we will avoid that sort of scenario. We just have to win some games along the way. We've got the talent and the players to do that, and particularly when the big players who've been missing come back. We should look forward to the season after the World Cup break, and I'm sure we'll sit here on lots of days and lots of afternoons. There'll be the odd one where we've disappointed and we've had a poor result, but I'm sure there'll be plenty where we've won some back-to-back games, and you're looking at the table and think, with one more win you might be a point off the top six or whatever, and that's what we have to aim for. Look up and be positive and try and win football matches.
Someone's been doing the numbers, the number crunching. Yeah. I think that the Luton game is your 800th as a manager. I mean, the sort of one thing it does show is with a CV that length of time, you clearly know what you're doing.
Some people may disagree. No, I think longevity in football management is a balance of everything, really. I think you have to have an empathy with the modern-day footballer. I think the managers I had through the 80s, I'm not sure they would survive too long with the... It wasn't brutality, but it was very dictatorial, really. The manager was the manager, and you were almost afraid of the manager, really. And I think today it's much more collaborative, really. You have to take them along with you on the journey, and of course you fall out every now and then with individuals. It's life. Some players don't like getting left out of a team, and that's football management. I think it's just leadership, really. How you do it, you either tell everybody all the time, or you set the example and lead the way, really. And I feel I've been able to do that with footballers.
Go for sneaky 2-1 win, eh?
You have to draw a line in the sand of what is acceptable and not acceptable, but you also have to understand that these are young guys who, a lot of them are not long out of education, and they need some guidance sometimes. Some of them come from broken families, some of them come from very stable families, some of them probably feel as if they've never had a father. You have to manage the individuals. You have to be a bit of a psychiatrist as well as a football coach, and I think that's modern day management. And I think you can see it with a lot of the top managers these days in the Premier League. They're always hugging their players, they're always cuddling them, they're always, there's an empathy with the managers and the players, and I think it's important that the footballers feel the support of the guy picking the team.
You touched on Nathan Jones before, and I'm thinking about your career and the clubs that you've been at. There seems to be, with some managers, some clubs that are just a fit for them, and Nathan Jones, it seems to be Luton didn't work out for him at Stoke. He went back to Luton straight away, got that success again. And I know Mick Harford's there as well, someone you probably know very well.
Very well, yeah.
So is it just
Paul Hart.
Coincidence or
yeah, he's got some really experienced people behind him, Mickey Hartford and Paul Hart, and I think he's very energetic on the touchline. He's very driven, and yet after the game, he's lovely, soft-spoken, nice guy. Is Luton the right fit for him? I'm pretty sure in his mind he wants to manage in the Premier League. Whether he thinks he can do that with Luton Town, I suppose it's about resource. And yet they spent £2 million on Corley Woodrow in the summer, as far as I recall. So we shouldn't put them down as little old Luton who don't spend any money and just have to get free transfers and kids from the academy.
Although they didn't spend much money, did they? I think them and Huddersfield were the two lowest spenders in the Championship.
Right, I don't know. I just know Corley Woodrow was a player from Barnsley who I always liked. He was at Fulham as a kid. Scored lots and lots of goals for Barnsley. How they managed to recruit him, listen, good luck to them. I think their recruitment's been good, and so Nathan's done an exceptionally good job with them. I think they have a style of play. I think they ask lots of questions of you. I think if they see a weakness physically, they will go for the jugular on it, whether that be running, whether that be physicality. His job is to find a way to win. At Stoke, I don't know what happened at Stoke. Every club's different. I've had short terms at Glasgow Celtic because it was a club that we've had this discussion. A club that I feel
fucking ears.
Every game.
What is Discord doing? Hello.
How are you doing?
Have you heard that?
So maybe he's comfortable in the environment. Maybe he likes to build, and so there's no pressure to finish in any certain position. And maybe he's just making his club better every year. It's one way of doing it, and ultimately it comes down to owners.
My ears are bleeding because of that noise. It's horrible.
So we'll probably have it at Christmas as well. A different.
I don't mind if it's Christmassy. That was just. That was horrible.
Ways of doing things.
What
I wonder what they'll have for Easter. When it's Easter, I wonder what they'll do then.
Good stadiums. And here's Kenilworth, which is an absolute throwback.
Have you ever seen the Easter movie?
It is.
No, like they don't.
You don't get Luton Town have got.
Yeah.
It's just.
I think so. The dressing rooms are about the same as they were in 1986 as well. And
it's about chocolate, isn't it? That's all it is.
Yeah. It's only the
Welcome along, DJ. How you doing?
Anymore,
yeah, not too bad. Not too bad. Thank you.
I think it is a help to them. I think they enjoy that tightness.
We are about 7 minutes away from kick-off.
Run 2 yards off the pitch, you are going into the stand. So,
I would say it looks like a pretty much packed out Luton Town.
Any football team goes there, they know the environment. They have to go there
and
make sure
was
they
it like
compete.
17,000 maximum?
Which is what we will do. We'll go and compete.
What is the capacity
we'll
on
that we have some players
do a
who
little
can
bit
lock the door
digging,
and give them some problems.
Yeah, I'll look it up. Luton, Kenilworth Road capacity.
Lyndon Gooch.
Yeah.
Do you feel you've missed him actually because the 2 games you've been in the team, you've conceded 6 goals. You mentioned before the 0-0 draws. It's sometimes a bit of an unsung hero in many ways.
350.
Right back, but you had a very settled defence.
Yeah.
Came off.
Maybe listen. It's difficult for me to say.
Mine says 10,073.
It's
10,356
goals are going in. We've talked enough.
That's the one on Wikipedia.
At the other end, we've had no strikers, and it's been difficult to score.
You got the match on
just over 10k
losing
people
goals, you're not scoring goals.
I do indeed.
Games, so
I have it on SFC.
I really like.
We do have it in the background as well.
Desire and
when
you can
we
feel
actually underwear.
Sunderland's in his blood, really. You can feel it, really. He's talked to me about the journey of the Premier League and then down again. And
I'll go over the starting lineup again.
His opinion of it was, and why
Dennis Serkin on the left wing.
The emotional connection with making sure that we don't fall down the same holes and suffer the same fate.
That makes more sense.
You mentioned Trey Hume banging on your door to play. Bailey Wright's been in all your squads and on the bench, but it strikes me he's not the sort of player that probably comes knocking on your door and wanting to play. But I mean, what's your situational thoughts on Bailey? Is it? I mean, a lot of people said after the weekend, why wasn't Wright brought on? Because he would have been experienced at the back. I mean, I sense that you were just wanting to get young, pacey players on to try and get goals back. So it's
I don't know.
Listen, it goes through my mind at half time, 2-0 up to put Bailey Wright on to shore it up, and yet if you lose 4-2 and you've changed your system and put more defenders on, I'm sure the very same people who were asking why wasn't Bailey Wright put on would have been saying, why the hell did he put Bailey Wright on? That's football management, you have to accept that. So you make your decisions and you live and die by them, really. I think Bailey is a professional footballer, he's an amazing human being, amazing guy. He's probably the most vocal, supportive player in the dressing room pre-game and post-game, and you know, whether he's played or not. And so, you know, he's a diamond of a lad. The decisions who I play are made with logic in my mind, and whether people agree with them or disagree with them, it's you know, they can have their opinion. Of course, every supporter can have his opinion. As I've always said, at the end of the day, I, for whatever reason, find myself in a position where I can pick the team, and I can't listen to 40,000 opinions of who plays and who doesn't play. So I do pick the team, and that's it.
And Bailey, I get the sense in the way he's very much a footballing ambassador in many senses, even in your dressing room. He seems to have that air.
It's like knock by the sounds of it.
I agree.
Must have done.
I've played against him in the past when he was at Bristol City, and you don't know the individuals that you work with him, and yet he's, as I've just said, he's a diamond of a guy. He's very, very supportive.
There's nothing being mentioned on.
He's not a model pro, really, you would say. So, yeah, I don't know what else I can say other than he's fantastic, and when his opportunity comes, he has to try and grab it. I don't have agendas. I don't think he's not going to play. He'll know he's got some competition, because when Adji gets fit and Ballard gets fit and Danny Bath's been doing well and Luke Nine's done well and Dennis Serkin's done well, it's a challenge to get in the team. So, but he knows that, and if he gets in the team and the team keep clean sheets and he's playing well, somebody else will be on the outside. That's football.
Nick Barnes and Gary Bennett, MBE.
BBC Radio Newcastle.
Probably last season.
Tony Mowbray talking to me on Thursday afternoon ahead of this afternoon's game, and he's bought two players in, Bailey Wright and Yaku, for Trey Hume and Elliot Embleton. A couple of people to say hello to. The first, Aidan Johnson, who is unfortunately in
it looks a very drizzly, wet Kenilworth Road. It's such a strange ground, Kenilworth Road. It's such a mismatch of
out of hospital on Monday, so keep our fingers crossed for Aidan Johnson, big Sunderland fan, who suffered a stroke, but is on the mend and will hopefully be coming out of hospital on Monday. So good luck, Aidan. We're thinking of you. I know you'll be listening. Also listening, 91 years young. 91, Rona
far from where Arsenal live.
In Houghton, or Houghton the Spring. Rona Frankham, 91 years old, and because she's 91 years old now, it's harder for her to get to games, and she was a regular. Now can't get to games.
You do get some Arsenal fans who live in Luton. You know, it's not all of them live in Mowbray, some might live in Luton.
Fantastic. So Rona, 91er. Yeah, good, brilliant. I hope we keep you to the end, right through.
Well, hopefully, fingers crossed today, bring the right result today.
Hey? 5:30, is that what time you're on? And sadly, a couple of Sunderland fans who passed. But we want to send our commiserations and our thoughts to your families, Annette Stevens and Paul Davison, who both passed away. And well, our thoughts are with the families of both Annette and Paul. Yes, you know, what can you say at those times? But we are thinking about you.
Yeah, indeed.
And all our best thoughts and commiserations. So, as now the players head out of the tunnel, which is away down to our left. The dugout's on the far side.
Huggins is on the development side and will only come into the squad when there's a big gap. At the minute we've got loads of people in this position and we've got people coming back from injuries, so Huggins will drop back into the under-23s, under-18s, whatever it's currently classed as, the youth squad, and go from there. Don't we have a striker called Thompson?
And now the two teams, Sunderland discarding their tops, sweat tops, and all the staff heading across the pitch to the dugouts below the line of executive boxes, which I don't think have changed since the 1970s, have they? Those boxes on the far side. So,
be careful now, Tiger.
With the sunshine across on the far side of the pitch, the temperature certainly in the high teens, if not the early 20s this afternoon. It's very unlike autumn today. Reminder that the clocks go back tonight, so you get a lie-in tomorrow, Benno.
What's a lie-in?
Well, a little bit longer in bed before you have to go to Wakefield.
Oh, that's
with
right.
The West End ladies.
Indeed.
So that's
lovely travel.
Blessing, actually.
Back on the road.
I mean, I could drop you off there on the way back tonight if you like. That make things easier.
Sounds like a nightclub.
But I think the fact the clocks are going back probably made things a little bit easier for you. So the two teams switching ends.
I mean, as soon as he's fit enough, he's supposed to be at the edge of circuit.
1,000 Sunderland fans are housed this afternoon.
Billy Ray is definitely a better centre back than Luton 9.
The players are.
Be a minute's silence.
Well, I think is there a minute's silence because of remembrance. This being the closest day to remembrance for a home game, because of course we've got the World Cup break from November the 12th, but they'll be away, Luton, and so we'll have, I think, a minute's applause this afternoon.
The circle is not a spot anymore, it's literally a circle.
We didn't even get a minute, we got about 10 seconds. So, Sunderland will get this game underway. Ahmad is going to
play down. He's going to play down the centre.
You think he's down the centre then?
Yeah, Diaku's playing on the right.
On the right. That's their formation at kick-off. So we're underway. Sunderland defending the goal to our right. Anthony Patterson in. Yellow, and the ball out into the dugout, which hugs the touchline. Red, training tops, ball headed out again. Red, training tops, ball headed out again on the far. Here to Lockyer on the right, onto Doughty on the halfway line. Swings the ball up through the centre, headed away by Sunderland, back into Dan Potts, and Potts in for Sonny Bradley this afternoon. Swings it down the left edge of the Sunderland penalty area, and it's turned away by Dan Neil. It's going to come back at Sunderland though, through the centre with Campbell, Alan Campbell, and then down the left wing. Pushed back to Campbell, who slips slightly. Diaku's looking for a free kick.
It is a free kick,
and it has been awarded. James Linnington, the referee then, who was in charge of Sunderland's game at Bramall Lane this season, in which he sent off Dan Neil, of course. All in black, the referee. The executive box is along the top of them now. On the far side is a great big long section of scaffolding, in the middle of which is a TV gantry.
There we go.
Good eye.
Some parts of this ground are rudimentary.
Interesting
is the word I would use.
Don't piss off our
the ball comes back
fans.
here to Luke O'Nien, pushed up to Ahmad, flicked out to Diaku on the touchline on the right hand side into the Luton town half. He's in the sunshine with Dan Neil, plays it back here, and Bailey Wright has to be alert here because O'Nien could have been caught, and now Adi Bayo was trying to get past Wright, but he'd get it to Bart. Picked up again though by Luton into the penalty area, and Morris plays it to Doughty. Good challenge on Doughty by Sirkin.
Great tackle.
Opportunity for Luton because he was right in front of an open goal effectively. Doughty.
Great challenge by Sirkin there.
Sirkin, yeah.
But straight away, Sunderland should realise what the game's all about. You know, we're trying to play that passing game, and straight away Luton are closing them down very, very quickly.
Into the 3rd minute, 0-0 here at Kenilworth Road, and
Bailey Wright
is down.
Oh, lads.
He's on his back now, just rolls onto his back, caught in the central midfield by Carlton Morris. No slack, 6'2". You see why they're in there. Adebayo is 6'4". Carlton Morris is 6'2". Wright is up on his feet now and jogs back into the penalty area. Their first test from a set piece, because it's a Luton free kick now on the left of central midfield. And the players, Sunderland holding a line at the edge of the penalty area. The ball floats in, and it's Wright who gets his head to it. Pritchard trying to get it clear. It's hooked back by Luton to the edge of the area, and Wright heads it away again. Ahmad got a foot on it, but Clark pushes it through to the edge of Jordan Clark pushes it through to the edge of the area, and now Adebayo trying to drive the ball into the 6-yard box. It's blocked, and you can see Adebayo, he towers above everybody. And at the back of the penalty area, it's going to come back at them again with a low ball shot just wide of the foot of the left-hand post by Henry Lansbury.
And you've got to say that Luton have started on the front foot.
Quite by Luton.
And they are physical. And you can see that approach as Patterson with this goal kick. The 2 centre-backs jog out. Patterson's pushing everybody out here now. And will kick over towards this left-hand side by the looks of things. Clark out on this left touch line, looking for Jack Clark. Comes off the head, though, of James Bree, former Aston Villa defender. And it's a throw to Sunderland, just down in front of us here. And Clark will leave this for Dennis Serkin, who finds Ahmad. Back to Serkin on the touchline. And Serkin back to Bart. Bart into Bailey Wright in the middle. And right across to O'Nien on the far side. Back to Bailey Wright. Tranmere nil. Carlisle 1. Dan Neal's given the ball away to Adebayo. He's played it into the penalty area. Good save from Morris at the post by
Twice
Patterson.
Has done that, like we've done that last week, giving the ball away for
but again, Dan Neal, ball's being played in. He's automatically tried to play it first time.
Needs to be careful,
he's got to get hold of it. Sometimes you've got to take it when you're under pressure.
Was that Brighton 1, Chelsea 0?
Yeah.
Interesting game there. Graham Potter at his former club. Corner then for Luton, away to our right, on the left. It's swung
this comes down to experience.
And headed across the face of goal. It's dropped down here from Morris trying to get his shot away. It's blocked. Comes back out and will be picked up on this right-hand side. Is it? No, it's intercepted by Evans.
27 people tuning in. If you can just click the like button and hit the subscribe button. Thank you very much. Much appreciated indeed.
Just behind the centre circle.
Thank you for tuning into the channel today.
Their Morris and Adebayo, their strength and power around the penalty area.
Well, like we've said before, Nick, they've got to weather the storm.
They do have to weather the storm.
Bart out to Pritchard on the halfway line, out to Serkin, under pressure from Doughty, gets it back to Bart. And Bart now, he's going to play it to Bailey Wright in the sunshine, and then back into the shadows here on the left. And here is Clark playing it back now to Bart. Bart here to O'Nien, and up through to Neal, and Dan Neal in the middle, pushing it through here, but it's cut out by Lockyer, the Welsh international.
By Gary Bennett's size, that it's the moves broke down or something, don't you?
To the edge of the Luton penalty area, and a high ball swept up by Bree.
Legend of a player, though.
Carlton Morris. Back it bounces into the Luton penalty area, and is caught by Ethan Horvath, the American international on loan from Nottingham Forest, who signed him from Club Brugge last year. And now Luton on halfway. Morris away down that left-hand side. Here comes the ball in, caught
good cut
by Patterson. Quickly out, looking for the run of Yaku, but it's going to spin away from him. and out into the paddock below us for a throw to Luton. Played nearly 8 minutes. Luton 0, Sunderland 0. Live on BBC Radio Newcastle.
Thanks for the subscribe there, Colin.
Bree will take the throw on this right-hand side. Down the line. Headed on by Adebayo. Now Campbell, Alan Campbell giving chase. But
don't panic.
Cleared by
Don't panic, Mr. Mandron.
This grandstand. New ball called for, but the other one's bounced back down onto the side of the pitch. So now we've got 2 balls. One's now finally kicked off, and Bree drives it back across to the other side again. Back to the Luton dugout. Doughty, Alfie Doughty's going to take the throw on the right-hand side. There's only 2 Football League Cup appearances.
The sun's coming out now down Luton,
against.
So hopefully they'll have a better day there for the fans travelling all the way down there, London.
Kept his place. The
2,000 supporters apparently gone down.
There's the ball in the air, and Doughty on his chest wins a throw as he plays it off Sirkin, off this right wing, and now lost to Sirkin and Pritchard. Well, an optimistic ball played up over the halfway line, and that'll be turned back to Horvath, the Luton keeper. 0-0. Up through the middle, Adebayo wins the header, and here is a throw for Luton on the far side. This in front of the Sunderland dugout. What's James Linnington? The referee's jogging across to the Luton dugout. O'Nien and Adebayo being spoke to. O'Nien, of course, on that 4 yellow card scenario.
Welcome to the 36 people watching now the stream.
And there is still some pushing and shoving going on with the 2 of them. And O'Nien is lost out here because the free kick has been awarded with shirt pulling by O'Nien.
The referee's looking at it. He's just giving away a free kick. He's just going to put you back 4, back 3 under pressure now. Set play.
So free kick from the left-hand touchline just inside the Sunderland half. It's played down the left of the penalty area. It's won by Pritchard, clears it to Ahmad, trying to get it back into the path of Pritchard, but Ahmad shows too much of it to Lansbury, but Sunderland won it back, and Ahmad's away down the right-hand side into the penalty area. Diaku! Oh, it came off his foot. He has been penalised now. Free kick to Luton, but a poor touch from Diaku. He should have just smashed it first time, I think, but he decided to try and control it.
Again, Gary Bennett's side tells you what's going on, doesn't it, before anything's happened.
Up the other end to Doughty, and now Bree down the right-hand side into the penalty area. Back to Doughty. He shoots. It's taken a deflection off Barton, caught by Patterson.
To be fair, the ball into the Diaku was played with a little bit of pace.
There was a lot of pace on that ball in the Diaku.
And he has it back to it.
He bounced off his shins. Couldn't do
take it on his
really.
right foot, but it just didn't hit him right. As Sirkin drives this forwards now, and again Diaku's pointing at his chest, but it's gone back for a throw to Luton, which Lockyer is going to take. In fact, he leaves it now for Bree. Only lost 2 games here at home, Luton, this season. One was against Wigan. That was the last time they lost here, back in September, as the ball played on by Evans, but now won by Campbell. Back to Lansbury, who plays it across, looking to try and get it to Amari Bell, and he's played it out. It's a throw to Sunderland, 2/3 of the way inside the Luton half. Ahmad takes it quickly, back to O'Nien, and back to Ahmad again on the right side. Ahmad through to Pritchard, out to O'Nien in the sunshine. He curls in across, looking for Jack Clark, but Doughty was in front of him to head it away, in front of the goalkeeper. Dan Neal gets a foot to it. Campbell gets it clear. Wright goes up and heads it forwards. Neal leaves it for Ahmad, and then taps it to Ahmad again, and Ahmad into the corner of the penalty area, a couple of step overs, and has to pull the ball back to O'Nien to cross, and it's down the throat of the goalkeeper with Clark and
That's better, Sunderland, that's
waiting
better.
for spillage.
Yeah, I think, Adebayo, he's going to win the majority of the balls in the air. You've got to know how to play him. You're not going to win the balls all the time, so you don't want to be giving away free kicks. Sometimes all he's going to do is flick it on. So give yourself an extra couple of yards, just drop off.
The goalkeeper, referees come back to him, drops the ball at the feet of Ethan Horvath. 0-0 in the 14th minute now, here at Kenilworth Road, live on BBC Radio Newcastle. On the halfway line, Lansbury heading it forwards, then Campbell out on the far side, O'Nien hooking it back into the Luton half, and it's picked up by Pritchard in the centre, rolling it here to Jack Clark in the penalty area on the left, trying to get it onto his left foot, and trying to dribble through, and it's finally won back by Bree. And Bree gets it clear. Morris looks for a free kick, doesn't get it, he's furious. Jack Clark into the penalty area, waltzing through. He tried to square it. Did he try and score himself? I think he was trying to put it in past Horvath, who's made the save. Diaku pleading for the pass.
He's given a free kick. He's given a free kick on the edge of the box.
Yeah. Has he?
He's given a free... Oh, no.
No, it's a corner.
I thought it was.
Gary Bennett needs to get his facts right. Come on, son. Thanks for the 2 more subscribers there. Whoever you are, it's not the same, but thank you very much.
On the left-hand side,
thank you.
Clark almost scored a wonder goal. And the players on the penalty spot waiting to break here. Pritchard then from the left drives this in, trying to get his head on it with Sirkin, but it's wide. Well wide of the right-hand post, and a goal kick to Luton Town. Well, evidence there, they can get in behind.
A little bit
Luton.
better.
0-0 though still, 15 minutes just about played in this first half. Luton, who are at home to Reading on Tuesday night.
Bulldog Fitness, it's currently 0-0 at the moment. Nothing really much happening.
BBC Radio Newcastle. Now that looked like a handball to me by Luton, but it's right in front of the referee who could see it, and he's not stopped play. And Dan Neal swept the ball out here on the left to Jack Clark, who stretches for it but stabs it out. And Bree will take this throw for Luton Town in their orange and navy blue. Back inside the Luton half, it's dropped down to Lansbury, looking for
41
Campbell,
people on the watching the stream.
Morris,
just click the thumbs up, thank you very much.
I didn't think he was,
get to
and Morris thought he was, fell on the ball. As everyone stopped, play has gone on because Sunderland have just whipped the ball away, and no free kick, as now Ahmad has to try and stop Adebayo putting the ball into the penalty area. It's cleared. It's going to come out though to the edge of the area and back to the right-hand side. Morris laying it off to Bree, and Bree swinging in the cross, headed away by Corey Evans, won by Lansbury, but drops to Evans, and Evans now trying to get out here with Pritchard, and the ball eventually out for a throw to Luton. On the right, Gateshead 1, Solihull 0. On halfway, the ball is tapped to Lockyer by Potts, out to Bree, inside to Campbell. Good challenge, not a good challenge, says the referee.
Hello Jeff, how you doing? I hope you're not painting too much, mind. Take it easy.
2, Chelsea 0.
Jeff on the moderator on the channel, welcome.
So here, 0-0. Pritchard arguing with the referee.
Another subscriber, Gillian, thanks for the subscription, Gillian, thank you.
Cards.
This is where they need to concentrate. Adebayo will be a target here.
Well, yeah, you should be able to listen to the commentary. You should be able to hear the commentary on the stream now.
On the right-hand side.
Definitely won't be watching it, showing the stream, because the channel would just get a copyright strike straight away.
Into the far post. Patterson's grabbed it, dropped it, lost it, and it's cleared by Jack Clark, only as far as Doughty. And Doughty on the left now just clips it back into the penalty area. It bounces out Here to Bree, who with his right foot volleys it over the crossbar.
Yeah. Patterson's come for that. That's why I'd rather him come for it.
Yeah,
you know, that helps the back four out. Okay, he dropped it, but at least he's come.
Yeah, and they got it clear.
As the Sunderland fans are in
Hull 1,
voice.
Blackburn 0-0 here at Kenilworth Road in the 18th minute. Patterson with a goal kick up over halfway, bounces over Ahmad, out it goes for
neither keeper's been tested really yet.
Luton. Everybody basking in the sunshine on the far side.
Another subscriber.
October, people sitting
Tom
in shirt sleeves.
Cheers, Tom, for the subscription, mate.
As the ball bounces through to Morris, he wins the header for Adebayo into the penalty area, and then he peels away out to the left-hand side.
Joseph says, how has Sunderland scored before half-time? Yeah, it would be nice, wouldn't it?
O'Nien, he plays it back here on the left, where it's swept in by Bell, and at the far post, off the post. The header from Doughty drops for Adebayo. He's blocked by Patterson, and now Campbell's trying to work it back in from the left-hand side, as eventually it's out wide again on the left. Bell into Lockyer in the centre circle, and now Bree, and back to the halfway line Lockyer, and Luton feeling they were unlucky there, obviously, for that header off the post. It's a throw on the right-hand side for Luton. So it's still 0-0. Here's Lansbury. The ball in, throwing himself at it. Full flight was Jordan Clark, but he couldn't get a connection, and it's gone behind for a goal kick.
Yeah, and you know what Sunderland have got to do, Nick? They've got to stop the ball coming in. You know, how many crosses have Luton have been able to do? Every opportunity to get the put in the ball, we've got to get out there, stop that threat coming in.
Patterson then with another goal kick in the 20th minute here. 0-0.
So Luton's had the better of the chances. They've come the closest to scoring.
Big kick from Patterson, headed strongly back to Adebayo, just inside the Sunderland half. Evans only looks half the height of Adebayo. Finally they force the ball away, Sunderland. Ahmad makes a challenge on Potts, and it's a throw to Luton Town on the far side, in front again of the Sunderland bench. Down the line goes the throw, nodded out by O'Nien. Another throw for Luton. Bell will take this. Amari Bell was at Blackburn for 6 years. He'll be well known, of course, to Tony Mowbray. Bournemouth 1, Spurs 0, and now what's the referee seen here? Is he going to penalise Sirkin?
He has done, yeah.
The Luton fans in the paddock baying for action to be taken by James Linnington, and so too are the Luton players. Both.
It's going to be another free kick.
Yeah, it's a free kick to Luton, but Sirkin, to my mind,
it's going to be another.
Jumped with the player to go for the ball. It was six of one, half a dozen of the other.
You know where this is going.
Yeah, Bree. It's just on halfway on the touchline, on the right-hand side here. Jordan Clark still arguing with James Linnington. Not going to change his mind about any action now. So Bree with the free kick, floats it up to the edge of the penalty area. Up goes Morris. He pushes down on Wright, sorry, and it's a free kick to Sunderland. Nearly halfway
Bulldog Fitness. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe if you're on. Cheers, Bulldog.
0-0. Last time you were here, of course, it's 1-1. Luton went on to win.
Got 14 likes. Can we get 20 likes before the half-time whistle, perhaps? Still a while off,
First League One season. As now Sirkin stretching for this. Over the halfway, it's certainly pulled down by Doughty. Oh, and now
referee.
after some Lansbury, There's got to be a card for this, surely.
For that.
Doughty's booked for the initial challenge. But to be honest, I think the follow-up deserves a
I think he's
yellow as well.
I think he's still heated up from the challenge on the touchline.
Yeah. Doughty booked then in the 23rd minute. So free kick for Sunderland, just left of the centre circle. And Pritchard just replacing the ball. Bailey Wright's in the centre circle. Clark left. It's floated right into the penalty area. Flicked behind for a goal kick.
That went well then.
So 0-0 it remains.
We don't look a threat, do we? You don't feel a threat.
No. From set
on the other side, from Luton, you feel
when you watch Morris and Campbell and Adebayo, they've got a physical presence. Now a yellow card for Corey Evans. He's been arguing with the referee. And as a consequence, he's been booked. Lockyer then on the right-hand side. Ahmad goes to close him down. The ball floated up here towards Morris. And he can't keep it in. Throw halfway inside their half for Sunderland. Sirkin being booed now by the Luton fans down below us here. All leaning over the front of the stand, howling and waving their hands at Sirkin. Ahmad back to Sirkin, into the middle to Evans. Cross now to Luke O'Nien, taps it on to Dan Neil. Amari Bell goes in and knocks the ball away. O'Nien pushes it back up through. Diaku now running onto this. Ahmad in the middle. Diaku onto his left foot. Low shot off the foot of the post. And out for a throw.
Unlucky lads.
On the far side. Tried to take it himself and hits the foot of the post. Nearly crept in.
Good effort by Diaku there.
Yeah. Took it down well this time. And a throw for Luton over on the far side. So both sides now have struck the post. Doughty a header off the post. Diaku a shot off the post. And it's still 0-0. Headed on by Lansbury. Comes back to Bree for Doughty in the middle, and he's taking this on over the halfway line. Now going out to the right. Doughty down the right-hand side. Sirkin in front of him. Doughty then puts a foot to Sirkin, comes off the defender.
That's a chance.
Corner. Luton's second corner from the right-hand side this time.
Chance by the lads.
And Doughty is going to take it.
Close.
A lot of bodies in the 6-yard box here. Sunderland have to stand strong, stand firm.
I would put Bart on Adebayo.
Here it comes, left-footed across the far post. It's punched away by Patterson, who picks himself off the floor quickly, and it's out wide on the left. It's going to come back in here onto the right side of the box, but headed away by Sirkin.
Liam Jack gets too much hate from my leg. He certainly does, Joseph.
Bree back to the goalkeeper, and he drives it on through the middle, swinging to the left, looking for Adebayo, and Adebayo plays it back to Lansbury. He drives it into the penalty area to Sirkin to head clear. Pritchard hooks it up towards Ahmad, but it spins past him, and Bell is at the back.
There's not much you can do with that.
The goalkeeper, no. So the Luton keeper, all in navy, apart from some purple across the top of his shirt, plays it out here to Lockyer. And Tom Lockyer plays it up to the edge of the Sunderland penalty area. Bart heads it out. One back though by Morris. Leaves it for Lansbury. Looking for Adebayo. He's got away from O'Nien. To Bell, wide on the left. Trying to come in past Diaku. He crosses, caught by Patterson. Confidently. Just waiting for everybody to calm down. But Lansbury's gone down. He's kneeling in the middle of the Sunderland half. We're in the 28th
Good
minute.
opportunity to regroup. You know, Tony Mowbray to have a couple of words with the players, because you've got to say that Luton have started on the front foot. Yeah, even though we've hit the post.
Had chances. There have been opportunities, but maybe the wrong decision making. That's where it's sort of let down. Clark maybe should have pulled the ball back for Diaku when he got in. A couple of other instances where maybe they're just a bit more thought.
They've got to deal with Adebayo a little bit better than what they are doing at the present moment. He's got that little bit of a struck with him where he's taking things down. He's a little bit more confident. He's winning every ball what's in the air. You know, that doesn't mean that we don't need to challenge for every ball. Sometimes you can just drop off and he flicks it and we pick the second ball up. He's a big unit.
It's huge, 6'4".
So with his fair share.
Yeah, he's clearly a handful. All the Sunderland players have gone across, well, for drinks as well as some instruction from Tony Mowbray. He's across there in his shirt sleeves, just taps Sirkin on the elbow. The players drift back onto the pitch. Lansbury
players are down at the minute,
and slightly gingerly heading towards the touchline on the far side. 29th minute.
Don't think he's going to continue, is he?
It's not looking very positive, is it? I think they're going to make a change, aren't they?
I would imagine a Harry Cornick or a
Luke Freeman. Luke Freeman was the player he replaced in the starting lineup. I wonder if it'll be. I think it is Luke Freeman.
Subscriber. Cheers, John.
Very slowly gets to the
for that, thank you.
I don't think he's going to play any further part.
7 new subscribers so far. Thank
Freeman,
you
I think,
very
replaces
much.
him.
Can I make it to 1,070 subscribers?
So changed, forced on Luton. And Luke Freeman will be his replacement, the former Queen's Park Rangers and Sheffield United midfielder, signed in the summer from Bramall Lane. 0-0 here as the ball bounces down the left of the Luton penalty area. Diaku's battling for it, but he knocks it out for a throw.
Free kick, has he? Give a free kick.
And in fact, he has given a free kick for a push, presumably. So Freeman replaced for this game by Lansbury, replaces Lansbury. Half an hour played. Luton Town 0, Sunderland 0. Good strong header away by Bart.
Both teams hit the post.
It's going to come back to him. He gets the better of Adebayo. Up towards Ahmad, but headed away by Potts, then back to the Luton goalkeeper. Throws the ball down, the American. And he kicks up through, and again Bart gets the better of Adebayo. It drops for Luke O'Nien to try and clear, but it's intercepted. It's come back for Bailey Wright to deal with, and he heads it out to Bell on the touchline. He turns and plays it back behind him now to the Jordan Clark, and down the left-hand side, Bell's cross, hooked in the air by Evans, hangs there for a minute, and then won by Morris, out though to Pritchard to head clear, but Jordan Clark trying to head it back in again.
Free kick.
Pritchard all over the top of Freeman.
Silly, man.
And a free kick to Luton.
Silly.
25-30 yards out, left side of midfield for Luton. 32nd minute, and over the ball is Freeman. Is that Bree? Is he? I think the other player there over the free kick. It is Bree making some sort of mark on the pitch in front of the ball at the moment. Bree
just got to be wary of Doughty.
So Freeman it is who's going to take the free kick with his left foot. Curls this in,
well done.
Headed away by Danny Barton.
Well done, Bartlett.
It comes again down the right where the stanchion obscures the view of the side of the
on a cool
penalty area. Doughty swings it across.
Great take.
Patterson takes it well, bowls it out quickly. Seen the run of Ahmad, but it's gone straight to Bell, and now to Freeman as Diaku has to sprint back and try and get the ball off Freeman. Freeman's trying to get away down the left touchline. In slides Dan Neil and wins it back. Good tackle. Neil away with it now. Up to the halfway line. Looking for Ahmad. Ahmad, nice touch. Brings it inside. He's tackled. A foul, says the referee, by Adebayo, as Ahmad's floored. And a yellow card for Adebayo. So
Bell. Amari Bell.
I thought it was Adebayo.
No.
Oh, it was a Bell, was it?
33 minutes is currently on the clock for us.
Right, free kick then on the far side for Sunderland. And this is what, again, similar distance out to the free kick that Luton have just had. And Pritchard.
Well, it might have been.
I thought it was Adebayo. Yeah, the yellow card. It was Adebayo, yeah. Pritchard with the free kick. Oh, off the post from Bart! And then cleared by Adebayo. Bart's header off the post. There's a player down. And picking himself up. But Bart's header off the post in the 34th minute.
Yeah, it was Adebayo.
Yeah. And now throw for Sunderland, just up from the corner flag on the left-hand side.
Just hit the post again.
It's going to be taken by Sirkin to Pritchard.
Nice free kick.
Back to Sirkin on the left here. Then one back by Doughty, who gets the ball up to Adebayo here. Laying it off to Morris, and eventually one back by Sunderland and played back by Wright to Patterson. So Sunderland now have hit the post twice, the left-hand post and the right-hand post.
Ooh,
it's still 0-0. Now Freeman wins it on halfway. Ahmad trying to win it back. He plays it back to Potts, to Bell, inside to Freeman. Freeman now clipping a cross in for Morris. Heads it down here and hooked away by Luke O'Nien. Coming in was Campbell, couldn't get on the end of it.
That's all just come from Ahmad giving the ball away.
Yeah. So Sunderland have cleared the lines. It's a throw to
long throw.
Luton. Bell, yeah, with a long throw, just a couple of yards up from the corner on the left-hand side. In fact, he comes sharp and low into Morris. Bart on his shoulder, digs the ball out, Morris, but it's cleared by Dan Neil. It's going to go down to the goal line. It went out, offside, in fact. Flag up. Free kick to Sunderland. We're in the 36th minute. Luton 0, Sunderland 0. Both sides have hit the woodwork. Sunderland have hit the woodwork twice. Patterson then is all yellow, taking his time, gets to the middle of the 6-yard line.
Get the post again, obviously didn't quite see much of that. There we go.
Wright and Bart, he passes it to Bart. He's looking for Clark. Bree heads it away into the centre circle. Jordan Clark nods it down to Corey Evans. Forwards to Jack Clark. He's back into the centre circle with it. He's got O'Nien to his right, but a poor pass. Easily cut out by Morris. And Campbell likewise gives the ball away to Neil, and now Evans and Pritchard in the centre circle. Back to Bailey Wright. Evans again, looking for Diaku through the middle. Couldn't get round Lockyer, and he's gone through to the goalkeeper. And he feints to throw it, but eventually does, out to Lockyer. Lockyer lifting it up over the halfway line, down the right-hand side. Adebayo leaps and gets above Sirkin. He's left on the floor. Referee, his hands together. Play goes on, nothing, no foul. Adebayo picks himself up, a pat on the back from Dennis Sirkin, and here's Bart. Preston 1, Middlesbrough 1. Here's Diaku, out to Sirkin, to Clark, back to Sirkin. Sirkin taking this on now. Jordan Clark trips him. No, says the referee. Right at the edge of the Luton penalty area. I think James Leamington was probably right there. He got the ball and then the player. It's across to Potts on the far side, up to Adebayo, back then to Jordan Clark, intercepted by Dan Neal, out on the right-hand side to Diaku. Diaku has got Ahmad inside of him. Here's Ahmad at the corner of the penalty area. He's pushed in the back by Bell.
51 people now watching. Thank you very much. You click the like button and you can just give us a subscribe.
23 yards
to help
out
the channel out. Much appreciated. Thanks very much.
If Bart can get on this one again.
Up comes Wright. Evans stays back. 38th minute now.
Sunderland just starting to get a little bit on top now.
Yeah, they've not been bullied out of it.
They've weathered the storm.
Yeah, they can just capitalise on that.
They've got to continue concentrating. Got to hit the target here. You know, we talk about set pieces. Our set pieces have been poor.
Arms raised wants this, and
I think he's going to shoot.
Ahmad and Pritchard. Ahmad, I think, is going to take the free kick. His left hand in a bandage, actually. Ahmad. But Ahmad then to take this free kick for Sunderland with his left, drives this in. Keeper's got it and spilled it round the post.
Good effort.
Corner to Sunderland.
At least he's worked the goalkeeper, Nick. He's had to make the save.
Yeah, Crystal Palace 1, Southampton 0. He must have been sighted late for that. Hauled that, it came in very, very low, dipping into him, and he spilled it around the post. So Pritchard then with his corner. Norwich 1, Stoke 0. Alex Neil's former club, of course, Norwich. And so Pritchard with the corner from the right, hangs in the air. Lockyer heads it out. Diaku on his right. Poor half volley, sails away into the Sunderland fans behind the goal. It's still 0-0.
We've got to 20 likes.
AFC Wimbledon.
Thank you.
1,
thank you. Thanks a lot.
Harrogate Town 0. The Harrogate Town team bus.
2 more subscribers.
On the way
one,
down today,
cheers,
then we
Jeff,
cruised past
and
it.
one, Louise.
And then it cruised
Thank
back
you very
past
much.
us.
Thank you.
We kept on cruising past each other.
At 70 mile an hour.
Of course we were within the speed limit. And now AFC Wimbledon are cruising in front of Harrogate Town. Here's Luton Town.
A very unanimated
the ball
Tony
away
Mowbray
back into
sitting
the
on his cool
Sunderland half. A battle between Wright and Adebayo, which Wright won. It's back to Bart
really?
Pritchard. Back to Patterson, closed down by Campbell, but his kick goes wide over the Sunderland dugout and is caught by a youngster in a Luton
These
shirt
are beatable today,
the Sunderland bench. It's a throw to Luton Town. Coventry 1, Blackpool 0. And the throw down the touchline, looking for Morris. Wright gets the better of him, and it's away into touch off O'Nien eventually for another throw to Luton Town. 4 floodlight pylons flank the far side along the stretch of that executive box.
Don't foul.
And Morris gets the ball back to, well, handball. So free kick wide on the left for Luton Town, halfway inside the Sunderland half. Freeman and Bree, Doughty's come across with them as well, and Doughty is replacing the ball, and he's going to take the free kick. Alfie Doughty. Brighton 3, Chelsea 0.
Bloody hell.
So this free kick
3-0
Doughty, curled into the penalty area. Bart heads it clear, only though to Lockyer on the right, who plays it back to halfway, and Bell swings this down into the penalty area again, but Patterson will catch this. Bounces into his hands in the 42nd minute. Serkin's the object of the derision from the Luton fans now on this near side. Plays it back inside to Evans. And Evans back to Bailey Wright. Wright across on the far side to Luke O'Nien. And O'Nien now up to halfway. Plays it back here to Bailey Wright, who taps it inside to Corey Evans just behind the centre circle. And across to Dennis Serkin. Serkin now up towards the halfway line. Trying to play it through the middle here to Diaku, who's done well to get away from Morris. He's got Ahmad in support here. down into the penalty area. On his left, spilled round the post again by the keeper.
Great play. That's better.
Another corner.
That's more like Sunderland. Well worked. Good effort again by Ahmed. The goalkeeper had to make a save, another corner.
So Ahmad's shot causing Horvath problems. And another corner. From the right-hand side, Pritchard places the ball. All the big men up, the arms in the air, Bailey Wright and Danny Bart. And now they're looking to break from the back of the penalty area. Pritchard's ball in here. It's headed away, though, by Doughty and picked up by Diaku on the left-hand side. Skips round Doughty, puts the ball back in here.
Nobody
straight to the goalkeeper. And the save made by the American. 0-0 in the 44th minute now of the first half.
I would be happy with a point today, mind.
Clark through the middle, nearly caught by Pritchard. Now trying to get away from Diaku. Pritchard penalised, and free kick for Luton Town. Lockyer out to Bree on this right-hand side. Bree forwards to halfway. Campbell to Doughty, looking for Morris. Morris now looking for Doughty down this right-hand side. Evans goes back, and it's cleared. The cross by Bart. Throw for Luton. Doughty takes it quickly. Finds Morris. Back to Doughty on the touchline. He puts the ball in towards the far post. Caught by Patterson. The ball sailed over Adebayo.
Oh, it's a bad kick.
And a bad kick. It's kept in by Clark. He's turned it inside now. He's got to come past Bree. Clark down into the penalty area. Clark still going. Clark on his right foot. Passes it to Ahmad. Ahmad now shoots. It takes a deflection. No. He's dragged it well wide.
He's had two good efforts.
There's 10 minutes of added on time. It's Newcastle at the end of the first half, and when we've got the half-time whistle here, we'll head there.
Subscribed. Thank you very much.
Until they are finished.
Well, I think it's going to be half-time soon.
A goal kick for Luton Town in the last minute now of the 45 here at Kenilworth Road. There's Adebayo, some shirt tugging going on again, this time by Bailey Wright, but it's been allowed to get away with it right, and Pritchard's got the ball to Clark here on the left-hand side at the corner of the penalty area. In he goes to the box and trying to pull it back. It's blocked and then headed away. 2 minutes of added time here, and it's a throw to Sunderland, a yard or two up from the corner on the left. We're into those 2 minutes now, and Sirkin with the throw, looking possibly for Pritchard, possibly for Clark, possibly even for Diaku. Diaku is the target, takes it down under pressure.
He's got his hands
pulled
on him,
back here, but now nothing given from the referee. Sirkin trying to get on the end of it, catches Lockyer, and it's a free kick to Luton. Sirkin yet further the object of the ire of the Luton fans in this stand. Patterson coming out, sorry, not Patterson, Horvath coming out to take the free kick for Luton. Nearly a minute played at the minimum 2.
Hands all over Sirkin there, and then he blows a free kick the other way afterwards.
Derision from the Sunderland fans directed at the referee this time. We're into the last minute of the first half.
How many referees have been not fit to wear the shirt?
Free kick at the edge of the Luton penalty area, and now he will. Drives it up through the middle here, looking for Morris.
That's a foul.
Foul on Bart. Morris pleading his innocence, quickly taken by Pritchard. Looking for Ahmad, headed away by Potts. Freeman now to Bell, back to Freeman, who's taking this on down the left-hand side into the Sunderland half. Bell on the overlap. He crosses though, Freeman. Morris has gone over him and will drop for Doughty on the right with 15 seconds of the first half left. Taking on Sirkin, Doughty to the goal line, pulling it back, and Morris scores! Right on the stroke of half-time. Carlton Morris at the near post tucks it into the corner. It's Luton 1, Sunderland 0.
Yeah, Morris is there, he's tapped it in. But, you know, I was going to mention before, Nick, Excuse me. Why was Pritchard trying to take a quick free kick? Why was he trying to take a quick free kick? We're going into injury time. See the game out. Takes a quick free kick. We don't win it. They get the ball. They go up the other end. It goes out wide. It comes into the middle. Morris puts the ball in the back of the net.
Totally unfucking marked there, like.
You've only got yourselves to blame.
And how many times this season, on the stroke of half time, have Sunderland conceded? They
see the game out.
Should have seen the half out.
He should have been on it. Somebody should have said, Pritchard, leave it alone. I'll take it. One of the defenders is what to take. What are you rushing to take the free kick for?
Well, the restart, and Luton will be delighted as the half-time whistle blown by...
Absolutely ridiculous.
What a fucking sack of shit, like.
But Sunderland will be kicking themselves. Carlton Morris at the near post, down to nod it past Patterson, and
another subscriber.
Sunderland
thanks a lot, mate. Thank you.
got themselves back in the game after a bright start by
Luton. So we're going to get the kettle on, and we'll be back for
They have shot themselves in the foot because you've got to say that Luton started on the.
Did he?
Yeah, he's still there.
What do you reckon of that first half? And once again, we seem to collapse again right at the end, eh?
DJ exists! What the fuck? Where have you been?
Oh, dear me.
Do you think it's another loss then, DJ?
I don't know. I don't think Luton are all that, to be honest with you. Fucking hell, it's just... Last week it was the first few minutes in the second half, and it's the last minutes of the first half. So ideal time for them to score, really. But we just need to create more going forward. And I don't know.
I think we have though. We've this has been one of our better halves where we've ended up losing. We haven't looked out of it. We've looked comfortable on the ball. They are frustrated at how we attack. They're fouling us. They're getting yellow cards left, right, and centre. How many yellow cards have they got? It should be on here. They've only got 2 yellow cards. How?
Oh, for God's sake.
This referee is starting to piss me off already.
But did you see the foul on Sirkin in the box, man? His arms was all over him, and then we put a challenge in, 50-50 free kick to Luton.
Yeah. And that last minute goal there as well was in the 49th minute of the 47th. What the fuck's this ref playing at?
Sunderland are down to 15th at the moment.
Yeah, glad to be saving money by one notch in the game, but listen to your commentary is pure class. Thank you. I'm glad you think so, Adam.
Kevin Dowland, Luton, all that ha-ha. 1-0 little Luton, he says. Right, well, they're in the lead. They're in the lead. There's nothing we can do about it. But thanks for commenting on the channel, Kev. Cheers.
Where's the best place to buy a Sunderland kit? Asks Bigfoot.
Jackie White's at the minute.
To be fair, I'd say a charity shop. go to like a Bernardo's or an Oxfam or something in town and buy an older one. Because some of the older ones are class.
You believe Coventry City are level on points for Sunderland now?
I can. Because they're playing better than us. But yeah, if you want this one, probably it's online. Mate, it's one embarrassing end to that half.
I mean, Huddersfield's winning, so these teams in the bottom 3 are going to start catching us up.
They already are. We haven't picked up points in 3 games now.
Yeah, if
we lose this is 0-9.
Are we going to keep on using excuses all the time? We're lacking strikers? Is that all we're going to keep saying?
No, we've got a striker today, mate. We just haven't put him on.
I know. If we lose today and we put Sims on, I mean, how many times are we going to say, "Oh, we're losing because without Stewart"?
Maybe we can keep using excuses, but it's I don't know. Get to the World Cup break, reassess.
I
do think
we need to get at least 2 wins in these next 4 games, though.
Luton's there for the taking. They're nowhere near as strong as Burnley. I do think they're there for the taking.
Apparently, Mags have scored a penalty in the 51st minute of the first half.
Well, they'll be taking piss out of us, won't they? Geordie bastards.
No,
not really. Why? Fuck, the Mags are winning. The refs are dog shite. Welcome along, rookie.
51st minute? That's a bit over stoppage time, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, this one was the 49th minute of the first half, and it was...
But there was only 2 minutes added on.
Yeah, I know. And they failed us and still get the goal. This referee needs to balance this out. But we're the fans that are chanting, "You're not fit to referee." So why would he want to balance it out when the fans are just piling on the pressure on it?
I think we fell asleep for their goal, man, didn't we? There's nobody covering.
Oh yeah. Newcastle's 3rd in the Prem. Fuck me, that's insufferable.
Wait, to be fair, they're winning every game. They keep getting results, don't they?
They haven't played any big boys yet, though, have they?
Well, they did a good game against Spurs the other night. The big
Spurs is a big boys?
2-1. Well, presumably are, aren't they? Just wait until the Arabs come and take over Sunderland, man. We'll be wearing tea towels soon.
I'd rather have the Chinese take over, to be honest. It'd be a lot more money, and I don't know. We've got a billionaire owner. They're just not pumping the money into the game.
Do you think we need another owner then? Should we get rid of Dreyfus?
No, I think he just needs to have a controlling interest. He's got the controlling shares, but he isn't interested in it at all. They played United and 0-0. 45 plus 11 minutes in the Mag game. What the fuck? How is there 56 minutes in the first half?
Oh, there could have been
from
anything.
Auckland, USA for the last several years.
It's half time now. There could have been a fan injured. There could have been floodlight failure. There could have been out.
Put Sims on, please.
Bournemouth 1, Tottenham 0. Jesus Christ, and you mentioned I said they're big boys.
They're not. The Spurs have stepped off the game for the last 3 seasons. They looked good when Leicester won the league, and the following 2 seasons after that. But since then, everybody's kind of sussed them out. They haven't changed in 3-4 years now, Spurs. So they're going to get games where they used to win, but they're not going to.
In League 2, Northampton are still playing 8 minutes of stoppage time. So
that's where Sunderland could be in a few years' time if we're not pulling it.
They're replaying this fucking goal, and it's just not. Look, here we go. Oh, I fucking missed it by a couple of seconds. This one? It's just showing the attacker. It's not showing you the incident before the attack.
To the gentleman's convenience room. Hold on.
No worries. So we conceded so many goals inside the 6-yard box in the last several games, for fuck's sake. It does seem to be a recurring theme from a Sunderland's perspective. Just
do you know what? It wouldn't surprise me if we're in relegation zone at one point. It wouldn't surprise me.
The next 5 to 10 years for a Sunderland fan is going to be depressing, just like the last 10. To be fair, 10 years ago we were singing, we were laughing, we were enjoying survival. We were in the Prem, and we were doing a good job of it. It's pretty much since the 14-15 season. It's been shit. But I don't know. Ultimately, as long as we don't do that and then keep dropping down, we're all right. But the thing is, if we lose this game and we lose the next game and Borough win, we're in the bottom 3. And we could be in the bottom 3 next game. That's the scary thing, and we want to avoid that as much as possible. Keep getting wins, keep getting points, and build a gap
build a safety net between us and the relegation zone. It's not ideal. So I don't think we can lose a game like this. Sims is out training. There's a couple of players out on the pitch at the minute, warming up. So maybe 5 minutes into the second half, Sims is coming on. 10 minutes. We'll see.
Fuck's sake! If we go back to League One, I would be pissed off, but I'll still support the lads.
Yeah, this is a depressing question that's been asked. If Mowbray is sacked, who's our next best option? I'd just put fucking Speakman in charge. Make him be the manager with his shitty decisions.
Well, yeah,
he
seems to be the one that keeps on picking players, doesn't he?
Yeah, he's the person that got people into the pitch. Just because he hasn't got his head coach badge or whatever.
We could bring Ella Short in as his number 2.
Pep Guardiola. Fucking hell. That would be funny.
Why is the depressing stuff always happening to us? Can it not happen to someone else?
It's not always just to us, mate. Look at Derby last season. Look at any team that was in the Prem and now in League 1 and 2.
It would be catastrophic if we got relegated, though. That to get out of that league, and the effort we did to get out of that league last season and going to Wembley and having that superb feeling, it'll be just not worth thinking about. Here's what social media was saying about the that goal at half time.
Referees, okay. I'm expecting a couple of that.
Snatchville says that was Pritchard's fault. He's been poor for a few weeks now and still he gets a game. Needs time out to give his head a wobble. Alex Sniffles says power by Patterson, should be saving them every day. Brian Cobbles says, think Luton deserve the lead, but they are getting the benefit from the ref again.
What game has he been watching?
No, we are not good and no danger up front. If only we would pass to our own players, we would help. We've actually had more of the chances.
No, they've had more chances.
Have they?
But yeah, they've had 10 shots. We've had 8. But it's not been like Luton deserved to be winning this. Not a chance.
I wouldn't say that.
The best chances, apart from the goal, was all Sunderland. I'll be splashing some cash in the window. We need at least 2 more strikers.
Chris Noblins says, form is very worrying now. We'll break off for the World Cup in a very precarious position. Felt relaxed this season, thinking we won't go down, but starting to get twitchy starfish now.
Yeah, squeaky bum time. Alex Pritchard. I don't know. I don't think we're out of it. You got to remember, we are a team that do have polar opposite starts, like to each half.
Frank Fredericks has said.
Frankie
Frank Fredericks has said possibly the worst 45 minutes the ladders have played this season. Here's hoping
that's just fucking delusional.
That's got to be a mad poster, isn't it?
That's delusional. Yeah.
That's bullshit.
What's these guys?
Worst 34. What the fuck? Did he watch the fucking Burnley game? Moron. We've conceded 1 goal and it should have been given as a foul by the ref. That's the worst performance you've seen. He hasn't watched any football then, clearly.
That guy's probably been having some sticky icky or something like that.
There's no needs and reports against the ref, the poor performances. We're not playing fantastic football like we have done in the past or like earlier in the season, but it's competent. It's not as dismal as people are saying it is. We're challenging their keeper. Just the shots need a little bit more oomph to them. That's it. We're doing everything else right.
Can you imagine how much stick the owners will get if the day gone down? It'll be fucking hell on, won't it? There really will be hell on if they went down.
Well, all we can do is we're gonna put the blame game on a couple of things, right? Blame the refs, blame the decisions, blame the striker situation, blame Speakman, blame money. When we're losing, we're trying to blame something. Why don't we just try and get better?
We never seem
simple.
We just can't seem to do that, though, can we? I mean, we always seem to keep going backwards and backwards. Why can't we kick on?
Pritchard looking like a ghost today, needs a right kicking in. I don't think. It's showing you this. Oh, fuck. Can I rewind this like by a couple of seconds? Like, is that possible?
What's happened, like?
Their goal. It's just it's re-showing you their goal, and it's absolute fucking bullshit. Like,
What do you mean?
Every
like
time I watch
defending?
it, no, the defender gets dragged down from behind by the attacker who ends up scoring. It's
not noticed
Why the fuck wasn't that given as a foul? And clearly, because it's I don't know. It's fucking bullshit. What does the back of my shirt say? Nothing. So I'm not 12. I don't get anything on my shirts anymore.
A quick free kick.
Last time I had something on my shirt, I was 21.
21.
It's one you can blame. It's the players. Okay. Chelsea just scored. It's 3-1. Yeah, I don't think that their goal should have stood. By the way, I do not think their goal should have stood.
When did one of our players get pulled down?
Ah, yes. Literally about 2 seconds before the cross came in. That's why the past games coming into these live streams is relieving, thanks to your service. Oh, you're welcome, woohoo.
Surely, God, this Sunderland side's better than 3 teams in this division. I don't care what anybody says.
Right now, yes, we're definitely better than Huddersfield. We're definitely better than Middlesbrough, and we're definitely better than who else is down there? West Brom. Those 3 teams are absolutely.
It's not going to be an easy. It's not going to be an easy journey. It's the Championship, and we've come up, but we should be beating Luton in my eyes.
Christ, can you lose that fucking bloke on the tannoy?
Do you know you can't, if you get official lettering, you can't put fuck or any swear words on your shirt?
In the first half, Henry Lansbury, who'd been drafted into the game.
Fuck this shit up,
Luke Freeman was injured, and Luke Freeman got his place back, so he is in the side for Luton in the second half. Forth in goal, Lockyer, Potts and Bell, Bree, Freeman, Jordan
So
Clark,
we're back underway
Campbell,
again.
Morris the goal scorer, and Adebayo. O'Nien with a throw here, just down below us, through to Ahmad, and Adebayo pushes him over, pretends to limp away as O'Nien takes the free kick quickly. It's headed away though by Bree over on that far side in the Luton half, but straight to Sirkin, who gets it down to Jack Clark on the left hand side, then now picked up by Pritchard but lost and played back to Horvath. Diaku went to close him down, but the Luton keeper, all in black, dark navy, black predominantly, kicks clear. Quick throw from Sunderland on the halfway line on the left hand side. Sunderland playing all in light blue, a shove in the back by Jordan Clark on Sirkin. Free kick to Sunderland in front of Michael Proctor in the Sunderland dugout. Luton in their orange tops and navy blue shorts. Bournemouth 2, Spurs 0
Bloody
in
hell.
the Premier League.
Any
Great
change,
tackle
DJ?
by
No
Dennis
changes
Sirkin,
yet, mate.
but then
Tully.
a foul on Diaku by Doughty, who stands over him. And Diaku's down, yeah. And now Diaku getting treatment over on the far side into the 2nd minute of the second half here at Kenilworth Road. And if you're just joining us,
Hi,
on BBC
Brandon Revel,
Newcastle,
mate. Welcome to the
Luton
channel.
leading
How are you
1-0
doing? All right?
right at the end of the first half in added time. A discrepancy in kick-off times now with Newcastle and Sunderland, because Newcastle had 10 minutes of added time at the end of the first half. So we'll be wrapping up and heading there at the end of the game. That's eating into your phone-in time, of course.
Eating into our travelling time.
It's eating into that too. But you know,
Come on, son, and get
the priority is
fucking
you
Sims
to
on. Yeah, I do agree with you.
talk to your people.
My people.
They want to hear from you, Benno.
Yeah, just
want to hear
click
from
the
you.
subscribe button,
They want to hear
click
from
the
that
thumbs up
royalty on the radio.
if you can. Anybody else just joining the channel, much appreciated. Thank you.
Is it a doctorate?
Yeah, I'm doing all right, Brandon. I'm
dissect
just a bit
this game.
frustrated with the
Freedom of
scoreline at
city,
the
getting
minute.
everything.
Anyway.
And your people want to hear you. They want to hear you. Here's a ball back to Bailey Wright here, who swings it over to O'Nien on this right-hand side. And O'Nien gets it inside away from Freeman. It's still going, O'Nien, into the back of the centre circle and playing it back now to Danny Barr and out to Sirkin, on the far side, back to Bart, and across here to Bailey Wright at the edge of the D, forwards through the middle to Evans, back to Bailey Wright, and Wright back again to Bart, and Bart now is going to play it back to Anthony Patterson. Bright yellow, plays it out to O'Nien on this right hand side. Adebayo goes to close him down, but he's played it across to Danny Bart on the far side, and Bart's taking this up towards halfway, and now into the Luton half on the left hand side, wide on the left, and it comes out for a throw in the end to Luton. The stand away to our right, it's almost like a sea of orange, all the Luton fans in their home jerseys. Throw which James Bree will take for Luton Town on the far side. A 3-1 the last time they were here against Queen's Park Rangers, and then they went to Norwich and won 1-0, so it was a bit of a surprise, that 4-0 defeat at Watford last weekend. They'll see that they've got things back on track this afternoon, leading 1-0 Luton, and Tony Mowbray would not have been pleased at half-time again. Throw down the line from Bree for Luton, knocked out by Bart on the shoulder of Adebayo. Another throw for the home team here. There's no sun illuminating the pitch at all now. It's drifted away, but it's still a lovely warm afternoon as Morris, the goal scorer, tries to head the ball on. Cleared by Sirkin, and a battle for it on the touchline, but the ball has gone out. It's a throw to Sunderland on the far side. Sunderland, who of course are at Huddersfield Town on Wednesday night, and we'll have full commentary from there, of course, on BBC Radio Newcastle. Sirkin with the throw then into Jack Clark, back out to Sirkin. Doughty trying to
for the subscription
down,
there. Thank you very much.
Another Sunderland throw in the 51st minute. Luton still leading 1-0. Here's Evans, short back to Sirkin, trying to get it forwards, but drops for Campbell. It's given away though to Ahmad. Ahmad looking for the run. Oh, whistles blown. Now what's the referee seen here? And Tony Mowbray and the fourth official having. Mowbray's furious.
I think he might have been alerted by the fourth official that there was a foul on that side, which he missed.
Well, Tony Mowbray standing furious with his arms
unbelievable out. The fourth official has called that.
Yeah, and Mowbray again stands with his arms out, furious with James Linning. In fact, so angry is he's kicked the chair in the dugout. We could have another metatarsal injury on our hands, Sunderland. As the ball floats up towards Adebayo, headed away by Bailey Wright, and up to halfway where Lockyer puts the ball in the air, up towards the edge of the penalty area, headed away by Danny Bart, headed on by Evans, looking for Diaku, but cleared again by Alfie Doughty, who swings it down the left wing, and Morris is trying to get the better of O'Nien, but pulls him by his shirt out. O'Nien and then wrestles slightly. Referee blows to try and bring a halt to that, but it's a throw to Sunderland on the right, which Luke O'Nien will take. Coventry 1, Blackpool 1. Neil from the throw, back to O'Nien, back to Neil, who taps it straight to Bell. Bell at the edge of the area, and out now to Freeman on the left, across, and over the head of Adebayo. It'll drop for Doughty on the far side. He's trying to get past Pritchard, who blocks him.
Well done.
Pritchard gets the ball out. One back though by Bree and lost. Sirkin will bring this out through the middle. Tried to get it through to Ahmad. Blocked by Bell to Adebayo, and it loops onto the roof of the net. It's a corner to Luton. Their third corner. Luke Freeman's going down to take this in front of the Sunderland fans. In fact, he's going to leave it. Doughty's going to take it.
Come on, man.
Morris and Adebayo up on the edge of the 6-yard box.
You got Sirkin who's picking up Adebayo.
The ball has dropped down off the roof of the net into the Sunderland fans. They finally chuck it out, and O'Nien throws it down to the corner for Doughty. Referee points. Brentford 1, Wolves 0. The referee's watching a bit of pushing and shoving. The ball's swept in here. Morris trying to get his foot round it, but it's cleared. Comes out to Bree, down the right to Doughty, curls this, and Patterson has to do well to tip it over the crossbar and behind.
Yeah, that was heading pace. In. He's whipped that in with tremendous pace there.
And it was dipping in. Patterson tips it over the bar.
Come on, man.
Bournemouth 2, Spurs 1. And a corner to Luton on the left here in the 54th minute. Luton leading 1-0. It's whipped in towards the far post, headed in the air by Bailey Wright to the back of the area. Comes off the back of Ahmad's head with Doughty. Ahmad brings this out. Nice skill, gets the ball back to O'Nien. Up onto the head of Lockyer on halfway, trying to find Freeman, but Evans gets the ball off him. And Evans now looking for the run of Jack Clark. Jack Clark down the left-hand side of the penalty area here. Jack Clark taking on Jordan Clark, trying to pull the ball back. Comes off Jordan Clark, corner to Sunderland.
It's got to be better. Great ball out by Evans.
Was a good ball, picking him out, and
Clark to get there, but
to look and get it into Diaku, but
Pritchard's going to break his neck, hasn't he?
Yeah. Now, what can they get from this corner on the left-hand side? 55th minute here. Pritchard in the sunshine, the small shaft of sunlight that's left over in the corner.
Clark, you need to pass the ball a bit, mate.
Still illuminates the executive boxes as it's swung in but headed out. Whistle's blown. Picking himself up is Danny Barr, a Luton defender still down.
I think we'll see Ellis Sims for the last half hour of the game. I think.
Yeah, bring him on, a bit of height.
60th minute. See what he can do.
Clark could have passed the ball there to
gets Adebayo. Ball back with the Luton keeper. Faces the ball on his 6-yard line on the right-hand side. Embleton's warming up on the far side. And Ethan Horvath, 27-year-old American keeper, then with this goal kick for Luton Town. Swings it towards the left, looking for Bell. Heading it on to Morris, looking for Adebayo, but he overhits it. Out for a throw to Sunderland. 3 Sunderland substitutes warming up, but Sims isn't one of them. O'Nien drying off the ball under his shirt.
Thing is, these are beatable though. This is it. They're nowhere near burning up the world last week.
Luton leading 1-0 live on BBC Radio Newcastle. 57th minute. Evans' clearance blocked by Bell, headed away by O'Nien. Finds Ahmad. He's pushed over by Jordan Clark. Free kick to Sunderland on the right side of midfield. Jordan Clark knew exactly what he was doing then. A little nudge in the back just to break up that break. And Luke O'Nien will take the free kick. Right side of central midfield. Bailey Wright's come out and having a word with Luke O'Nien. And O'Nien still poised now with his right foot, looking for Jack Clark. Beaten in the air though by Bree. Drops for Pritchard. Morris is on his shoulder. Pritchard's run out away from him and still got it, trying to dig it out. Gets it back to Evans. Now to Neil and out wide to Ahmad. And Ahmad looks up, plays it back across to Pritchard. Pritchard back to Bailey Wright. And down the right again here to Dan Neil. Back into Ahmad. And Ahmad trying to find O'Nien, flicking it back, but it's being pushed out by Campbell, who's fouled. And a free kick to Luton.
Yeah, they're going to bring on Roberts or something.
Tranmere 0, Carlisle 2 in League 2. Some treatment here. No, I mean the referee's wandered back, wondering if Bree's all right. He is.
Yeah, Roberts is coming on.
Oh yeah.
Brentford 1, Wolves 1.
Roberts
and Roberts. Yeah, Roberts.
Might be Trey Hugh.
Mishu.
Reading 1-0 up, huh?
Michoud and Roberts and Embleton. There's going to be a triple substitution by Sunderland. Burnley 0, Reading 1. So Sunderland readying to make 3 changes in a bid
to crazy league, this, isn't it? It's just a mental league.
Sims remains seated.
Sims will come
Roberts
on.
and Embleton ready, and they just strolled back down into the dugout. Michoud's just tying his laces. Sunderland got to defend a throw from Luton. Are they going to take this throw before the substitutions are made? It looks like they will. We're in the 59th minute. And
who do you think is going to come off?
I think Pritchard.
Yes.
Diaku.
And Ahmed.
Yes, that would be my guess. Seems to be
3 subs coming on for Sunderland, but not Sims.
Wrestling here, Morris and O'Nien, but definitely some shirt tugging going on, but the referee's let it go again. The ball dropped to the feet of Bailey Wright. Morris goes to close him down. Right now, taps it back. Done on the far touchline, the 3 substitutes ready to come on. Strong challenge by Potts to get the ball away from Ahmad. Ahmad's got the ball back though, and Ahmad now tucks inside and looking for the run of Jack Clark on the far wing. It's gone past Tim and Bree out for a throw to Luton. Now the change has been made. Diaku's coming off. Roberts will be his replacement.
Another subscriber. Thanks, Kath.
Happening on the hour mark
for the subscription. Thank you. Come on, Luton, says King Woos and
Kibutsuji. Coming on for
Kibutsuji. Well, welcome to the channel, King.
And the final substitution will be Pritchard. Surprise, surprise, for Embleton. So 3 substitutions made in that one fell swoop by Tony Mowbray. Still got 2 more.
Got another subscriber there.
So we may yet see Sims.
Carl, thanks for that subscription there, mate.
Luton Town still lead 1-0. Sims is actually having a run out now as play resumes with a throw for Luton down the right hand side. Morris using his strength to try and get forwards. Then goes down in the challenge with Bart, but Evans is bringing the ball out here.
Not too bad, Luton, really.
Off now to Michoud. Michoud into the
pretty even this
half,
second
taking
half
this on,
at the minute.
trying to thread it through past Ahmad and back into the hands of the Luton goalkeeper.
Misunderstanding.
Yeah. So Horvath has the ball. It's Newcastle 2, Aston Villa 0. Ball headed away by Bart to Embleton, then pushed on by Evans. Ahmad gets it out here to Roberts. Roberts taking on Bell, cutting into the middle. Slight nudge, he keeps to his feet, but then it's cut out by Campbell. Campbell now up to Adebayo on the halfway line. Adebayo trying to get round Sirkin. They go shoulder to shoulder, and then Sirkin trips him up.
Pick a yellow card up.
That will be unquestionably a yellow card, I think, for Sirkin. Right in front of the Sunderland dugout. I think the referee's just pulled the card out here, waiting for Sirkin to get back to his feet. And Sirkin now up on his feet, shown the yellow card. So he now goes to 4 yellow cards. The amnesty is, I think, the Cardiff or Birmingham game next. So he's got a fair chance he'll probably ride this out. We're in the 63rd minute.
Got to defend this set piece though.
Here's the free kick straight onto the head of Evans, out to Freeman to head back into the penalty area. This time Bart gets his head on the end of it, and out away goes Roberts on this right hand side. He's tackled by Freeman, and Freeman now gets the better of Roberts, who's tracking back with him, trying to get in front of him. Gets it to Morris, who gets it back to Freeman. Little back heel to Morris. He's trying to hold off Michoud. It shows too much of the ball to Roberts. And Roberts now, away past Jordan Clark, flicks it in off the arm of Campbell, gets it back, drops for Michoud, touch to Ahmad, a block by Lockyer. And Ahmad and Lockyer is a bit of pushing.
Quite a lot of fouls,
on.
King, from both
the
sides,
not aware of it. Patterson has to come out and head the ball away from Adebayo and up to Sirkin on the left-hand side, back to Danny Bart, and then into the middle to Evans. Evans now in the centre circle. Across to Sirkin, forwards to Ahmad on the halfway line. Doughty trying to push it back. Inside though from Sirkin to Bart. Forwards to Evans. And Evans now driving this down the left wing, looking for Jack Clark on his chest. He takes it on the touchline. He's tripped, is he? Yes, says the referee by Doughty. Free kick to Sunderland.
Yes, there's noise
wide
in the stadium,
on the left-hand
right.
side, 2/3 of the way inside the Luton town half.
As it stays 1, we're still in the game. We're still in the game at 1.
Yeah.
Cheers for the subscription there, Charlie boy.
Cardiff
Thanks
1,
a lot.
Rotherham 0. It's now Newcastle 3, Aston Villa 0.
Wow.
And free kick which
They're
Embleton will
scoring
take
for fun.
from the left touchline. Everyone lined up on the 18-yard line. Michoud in the middle, Evans in the edge of the centre circle.
Aston Villa's got to be in trouble.
Sims watching on. Embleton
Great
whips
ball,
this in,
great ball.
headed away by Lockyer, and bounced in front of Roberts. He heads it back to Evans in the centre circle, who plays it back to Patterson. Nearly 65 minutes played, 1-0 to Luton. It's played up to Ahmad on the right, on the halfway line, inside to Michoud. Michoud now out wide to O'Nien. O'Nien inside to Ahmad, back to Bailey Wright, Wright then to Bart. Bart to Evans in the centre circle, and then laid off to Bart, and forwards down the left wing, Sirkin, looking for the run of Jack Clark. He's got to try and come past Jordan Clark, and the ball knocked out off Jack for a throw to Luton. Jack Clark frustratingly throws the ball down. James Bree comes back to take the throw for Luton. And Bree takes a few yards.
Great wing
down
player
the
from
line
Luton, says
to
King.
Morris. Inside though, straight to Embleton. Trying to get to Michoud. It's going to break for Ahmad.
Yeah, defended not
picked up
too
by
bad,
O'Nien.
apart from the
Ahmad,
ball was a bit
someone should
scrappy.
call. Ahmad takes the ball away up to the edge of the Luton penalty area, trying to flick it into Embleton, back to Ahmad, trying to square it behind Michoud. And Luton get the ball clear up into the Sunderland dugout.
Unlucky. Good run.
Sunderland trying to stop the
Bart
counters.
At the back, Evans.
End-to-end stuff.
Forwards to Michoud in the centre circle. Evans again, back to Bailey Wright and out to O'Nien here on the right touchline, down the line to Roberts. Roberts inside to Ahmad. Ahmad, Campbell's on him, but out to Roberts, back into Evans in the centre circle. Evans taps it to Michoud. Michoud looks up and then plays it to Ahmad again. Ahmad on the right of central midfield, leaves it for Evans. Evans now to O'Nien as they creep forward, Sunderland
Embleton
here.
could have got
Roberts
it then.
on the right-hand side here to Embleton. Embleton at the corner of the penalty area is easily robbed of the ball by Bell. Out to Morris. Morris up into the centre circle where Bart heads it forwards again, but straight to Freeman. Freeman of Luton out to the right wing, played on by Doughty to Adebayo. He's taking on Bart, shoulder to shoulder on the touchline into the corner. Adebayo goes down, the ball goes behind, and it's a goal kick. Goes down very easily, Adebayo.
It did indeed.
And Patterson goes to retrieve the ball right in front of all those Sunderland fans.
I think they're going to make a
Close to the
substitution.
pitch.
Mpanzu,
Oh yeah.
or is it Cameron Jerome?
Well, Jerome is on the bench with Pele, Roddick, Mpanzu, and it could possibly be both of them. But the ball comes back here to O'Nien, then to Bailey Wright.
For 40 people watching, 25
it's gonna
likes.
be
If we can get to
Harry
30
Cornick
likes,
coming
it'll be
on.
good before full time.
And
And don't
also
forget to hit the subscribe button if
Burnley
you have
one,
not.
Reading one,
Tar very much.
and I think it might be it's hard to see. Anyway, double substitution to come from Luton. Here's Embleton down the right, looking for Ahmad's run to the goal line, just outside the penalty area. Now trying to get in. He's got Jordan Clark in front of him, goes round him on his left into the side netting. And a goal kick to Luton.
It's a tight angle.
Yeah.
It's a tight angle to beat the keeper.
Very tight. Luton then about to make a change.
It is a good tight game, King. It is a good tight game. Where are you from, King? Are you from the UK or?
Sat back down in the dugout.
Are you from like Luton area?
His red top. Morris is down. He's clutching the back of his hamstring. O'Nian's over him. And it looks as if
Tony Mowbray ain't moved from his toolbox.
He'll be coming off.
Yeah, I think Morris is he's gone down,
Morris.
and he's going to come off. And
come on, lads.
He's just getting some treatment now on the halfway line, and Sims is coming on. He's about to be introduced, I think, at the same time as Luton make their changes.
I think he's going to take him.
Norwich 2, Stoke 0.
Ahmad, do you think he'll come
I think he'll take Ahmad off. Bournemouth 2, Spurs 2. So Morris applauded off here. Scorer of the only goal so far in the game. There's 20 minutes left. And his replacement, Evans, is going off for Sunderland. So Evans off, Sims.
So Alex Neil's also having a bad time of it.
Sunderland. Now I haven't seen who came on for Morris. If in fact they've even got the player on.
They haven't got him on yet.
Still, no, they haven't. And
here he comes.
Doughty's going off, and he's being replaced by Roderick Mapanzu. Who is a 28-year-old Democratic Republic of Congo international. And then Cornick is the replacement for
Doughty,
Morris.
Doughty's
Doughty's off,
gone off as well.
And they're also taking off Campbell. So they're making 3 changes now. And or are they? Yeah, I think they are.
Yeah,
Bradley's come on. Yeah. So Sonny Bradley is on as well.
What's the subs coming on for Luton now? Can Ennis Sims make that change?
So changes all round.
Can he?
On come Cornick, Roderick Mapanzu and Bradley for Luton. Sims is on for Sunderland up front, and it's Luton Town 1, Sunderland 0. We're now in the 72nd minute. So we had a good 2-minute stoppage there for all those changes in the end, as the ball is hooked onto the roof of this, nearly onto the roof of this stand, into the paddock below us. It'll be a throw to Sunderland. Bailey Wright flicks the ball up to O'Nien to take the throw, and O'Nien now just short of halfway on the right hand side, inside to Ahmad. Back to O'Nien, gives it straight away to Bell, but it gets it out to Roderick Mapanzu, and forwards to Adebayo, who wins a free kick.
Yeah, with him, obviously with Corey Evans gone off now, we haven't got that holding midfield player. So it'll be interesting to see how we set up. Well, it's going to be a little bit open, and we're going to try to get back in the game. That's right. Got to take a gamble.
It's Newcastle 4, Aston Villa 0. Freeman with this free kick on the left-hand side here. The players lined up at the edge of the Sunderland penalty area. 73rd minute.
94
Freeman's
for
kick
England won
clipped
the
in here, and Sims, it was over him, but then headed down and gathered by Patterson. We've seen the run of Ahmad. But that gets Roderick Mapanzu and hooks it back over his head, but it's picked up by Roberts.
Must be tired,
Roberts now looking up, edge of the area, inside to Embleton. Then again to his left, Sirkin shot is blocked, comes out to Mishu, picks out Ahmad at the edge of the penalty area, trying to get it onto his left foot at the back of the area. It's forced out, finds Mishu behind him. Now to his right, O'Nien. Down to the right here, Roberts at the corner of the penalty area. Trying to find O'Nien, pulls the ball down, saved by the keeper. Sims, it's blocked, comes down, and another block from Jack Clark.
Oh, you didn't score.
That was kept out somehow by Luton, and a foul on Bailey Wright on halfway.
How did
they not score?
Great play.
Firstly O'Nien, and then Clark.
Oh, fucking hell.
And it's still 1-0 to Luton
Good
Town.
defending by Luton there.
Now on the right, Roberts inside to Sims, back to Ahmad, it's lost. Then trying to win it back, Ahmad goes down, no foul. Lockyer is Freeman bringing this out, and now Freeman forwards to Adebayo on the left of the penalty area. Bodies coming into the box in orange, but O'Nien puts it behind for a corner. This is going to get very open.
Yeah, it's open now.
We're in the 75th minute. Luton leading still with that Morris goal scored on the stroke of half-time. Bree coming down to take this corner on the left-hand side.
Say hello to the 47 people watching.
Luton's fifth corner.
A nice weekend.
In front of the Sunderland fans away
Apart from the scoreline so far.
One half of that covered stand as the ball swept into the far post, drops down and put behind by Bailey Wright by the looks of things. In fact, did he get a touch? No, it's a goal kick. So Patterson retrieves the ball and plays it short to Bailey Wright, out to Sirkin. Hartlepool 1, Grimsby 1. Down to Jack Clark, takes it on his chest, trying to get away from Bree, whips it off his feet, and now Roderick
Don't foul.
Panzu is fouled. Pushed over by Jack Clark.
Cheers, Shell, for the subscription there, thank you.
Still plenty of time for Sunderland to get the goal back. But Luton slowing things down, the goalkeeper walking sedately out to take the free kick.
Hello, Lucas.
Norwich 3, Stoke 0. Unhappy return to
nice
Carrow
to see you having a good one,
Alex
mate.
Neil. So,
anybody that's new to the channel, if you just hit the subscribe button, we much appreciate it. Thank you very much. It helps out a lot.
Dealt with because it bounces through to Patterson at stretch to catch it.
So, Lucas, let's hope we can have a better one.
He comes out to the edge of the area, rolls it to Bailey Wright, who gets it across to Luke O'Nien here. Inside to Mishu, back to Bailey Wright at the edge of the area. Cornick went to close him down, but Patterson's kick up towards Sims in the centre circle, who wins a free kick. A pull by Sonny Bradley.
Are you from Sims. Greece? Welcome from Greece.
So you immediately see what he offers.
How's the weather there in Greece, Lucas? Is it all right?
Here's Mishu. Mishu trying to get away from Freeman. Mishu still going, runs though into Clark, and now finally to Roberts. Roberts cutting back inside on his left foot. Low shot, blocked though in the penalty area, and cleared up to Sirkin on the left-hand side of the penalty area. Left for Jack Clark. 10,060 the attendance. And Embleton scores!
Get in!
Elliot with his left foot has steered it into the bottom right corner, and Elliot Embleton has equalised for Sunderland in the 78th minute.
And you've got to say they deserve it as well.
Yeah.
You know, we've gambled a little bit, but now we've got a lot of players who are very, very good on the ball. Well created by Jack Clark, good finish by Elliot Embleton.
Get in.
Yeah, kept his cool there.
This is when you've got to keep your heads as well.
That's it. I mean, now they've got to concentrate. He had his eye on the corner, kept his head and steered it down low into the bottom right corner, and it's 1-1.
Get in, son.
I mean, there's nothing to say they can't go on to win it.
Come on!
So Tony Mowbray will be pleased with the changes that he made. Here's Sims now holding it up. Again, laying it off.
Excellent.
On the left-hand side to Jack Clark. Jack Clark trying to get it away from Roderick and Panzu.
Deserved that, lads.
Lockyer's gone across as well. It's still going, Jack Clark. Over on that left-hand side.
Come on!
This has given Sunderland a fraction of confidence, and they have now been awarded a free kick over on that left wing.
But you can see the players who've got the ability, the likes of Clark, who gets on it, he's making things happen. Roberts is coming and liven things up. You got Michu, what we've seen of Michu in there as well. Very, very good on the ball.
Well, I think, as you said, I think it's the very least they deserve as a point.
Now we've got a little bit more height in the box as well with Sims.
Sims is up there. Embleton with this free kick on the left, his equaliser, of course. He whips this in towards the far post. The keeper's got it.
Too near.
Stretches and catches it. But Luton suddenly aware there's a threat. They're trying to break quickly. The kick up to Jordan Clark. Bounces away from him. Misha's gone back with him, but Patterson's caught it at the edge of the area. Holds it out to Bailey Wright. Bailey Wright then to Embleton, looking now on the right wing for Roberts. He's headed out actually by Potts coming across. Throw to Sunderland on halfway, taken by Ahmad back to O'Nien, then forwards again to Ahmad back to Bailey Wright, across to
and the Sunderland fans making the noise now.
Down by Adebayo, but he gets it to Bailey Wright, through the middle to Ahmad, back then to Bart, who plays this up to Embleton. One back though by a foul from Luton Town. 10,060 then the attendance, 1,036 Sunderland fans. Here, Coventry 1, Blackpool 2. Here's Roberts into Mishu, just inside the Luton half. Flick through to Embleton, now to
How are you doing,
Roberts again. Roberts taking this on. Roberts being chased by Bell across the area, swinging a ball over the top of Sirkin and behind for a goal kick in the 81st minute now. Hartlepool 2, Grimsby 1.
Get in, Hartlepool.
So goal kick for Luton. It's
Yes,
Luton
Brandon,
1,
one more
Sunderland
goal.
1. If you're just joining us on
Anybody's game
BBC
says
Radio
King.
Newcastle. And a kick from the Luton keeper up to Bailey Wright, heads it away from Adebayo. Ahmad trying to get away from Pelly and Panzu. Through to Sims, tackled, it drops for Roberts. Roberts trying to twist around Bradley into the penalty area on the right-hand side. Bradley sticking with him and winning the ball back for Luton Town. Then clearing it up towards Adebayo. A little push on right, comes back through to Patterson. Out to Bart, Adebayo gives chase inside to Mishu. And Mishu out wide again to Sirkin. And back again to Patterson. Out to O'Nien. O'Nien out wide to Ahmad. Ahmad back inside to Bailey Wright. 82nd minute.
It's a different ball game now, isn't it?
Yeah. Right to O'Nien. O'Nien over halfway, down the right. Looking for Roberts. Thought he was fouled. No foul. And the ball tapped to Bell inside to Freeman. Forwards to Cornick. Cornick now. O'Nien tried to lunge in and get the ball, but Cornick's still going. Bailey Wright makes a good challenge and gets the ball out to O'Nien. And now Mishu's under pressure from Bell, gets it to Wright, finds Ahmad, back to Mishu. He kicks it up to the halfway line. Potts nods it down, looking for Freeman. Roberts on his shoulder, and then out to Bell on this left wing. Bell, cross blocked by Ahmad. It's onto the roof of the stand behind the goal, the staggered roof that goes down by increments. The lowest part above the Sunderland fans, and a corner to Luton Town. Bree will take it from this left-hand side.
I would say so. Hopefully, Lucas has got to be ours. Fair game so far, says King.
And
Bree, box Patterson
with his right, deep towards the other side of the penalty area, and caught by Patterson above a sea of bodies. He goes to kick clear quickly, but there's a player down, nursing the back of his head. Dennis Sirkin is okay. And the ball returned down here to Ruddock and Panzu, who kicks it back up to Bailey Wright to give to the referee and Anthony Patterson. The referee will drop it to the feet of Patterson, who catches it on the bounce. Gateshead 1, Solihull 1. Gateshead, who play Stevenage in the FA Cup next week. High-flying Stevenage from League 2. And
Luton goalkeeper making good saves,
pushes the ball back from a free kick to Bart, who plays it out to O'Nien on the right-hand side. Just took his eye off it for a moment. Out it goes for a throw. Here's Ruddock and Panzu trying to get it forwards, but Bailey Wright clears. Potts heads it down. Ahmad tried to get on the end of it. Back it comes to Bailey Wright. I've been actually quietly impressed by Ahmad this afternoon.
He's done really well.
I think he's done exceptionally well, as Roberts looking for the run of Jack Clark, headed away by Lockyer. Up to halfway, Bree trying to get it forwards here.
Elliot, cheers for the subscribe, mate. Subscription, thank you.
And back to Patterson.
DJ needs some look from you, hopefully.
Onto that scaffolding.
27 likes, hopefully we can hit the 30 like mark before full time.
Adebayo's going off and Cameron Jerome's coming on.
Lucky man himself.
36 years old now. Signed from MK Dons. He's in his second season with Luton.
Cameron Jerome, this guy always scores against us. Hopefully not today.
Goes. And it's going to be a long throw into the penalty area. And it's headed away by Embleton. So a bounce in front of Ahmad. It's beaten in the air by Freeman. Hooked away by O'Nien.
Yeah, Jerome is a decent player.
Up to Ruddock and Panzu, who lifts it back over the top straight to Patterson. Into the 86th minute. Luton Town 1, Sunderland 1. Out to O'Nien. Inside now to Mishu. Mishu, Sirkin on the left. Sirkin is going to have to work hard for this, it's too much. Out for a throw for Luton, who take it quickly. Out it goes, thrown straight out by Bree. He was in such a hurry to take it, had no concentration at all. Sirkin now will take this. Wigan 0, Watford 1.
Oh, Watford picking up some points if they get
so Sirkin with the throw, drops to Mishu, back to Sirkin. Wide on the left-hand side, clipping it through to Sims. Sims holding it here, well laying it off to Ahmad. Ahmad now to O'Nien. O'Nien out wide to Roberts. Back to O'Nien, crosses, oh, it's headed away clear onto the roof of the stand behind the goal by Bradley. Sonny Bradley.
It's been a great reaction by Sunderland.
15th, I think, still, yeah. I don't know how many points we are clear of the bottom three, like, but...
Corner, their 5th of the game.
It would just be a good result not to lose this one today.
Taken by Roberts, I think, from the right. So, from the right-hand side then, this corner for Sunderland, whipped into the far post, up go the heads, including Bailey Wright.
Hey, Thomas, hello mate, how are you doing?
Nods it down into the path of Freeman, of Clark, Jordan Clark, looking for Cornick. Cornick with Mishu. Cornick into the penalty area. Mishu tries to stab the ball away. Cornick still has it, out on the left-hand side here.
16.
Drives it to the back of the penalty area. Straight into the path of Jack Clark. Up to Sims, back to Jack Clark. Jack Clark skips past Lockyer. He's got Sims in the middle. Jack Clark still going. Jack Clark into the penalty area for Sims. Sims on his left. The block made though by...
You're just waiting for Gary Bennett to go, aren't you?
For Sims to try and win back. Well, and he wins the throw.
There's the wind up, the wind up, the wind up, the wind up, and then there's the
Great build-up play.
Here's Embleton from the throw.
Oh dear man.
Away from Cameron Jerome, back to Danny Bart, on to Mishu, back to Bailey Wright. 88th minute. Here's O'Nien. Forwards now to Ahmad. Ahmad into the middle. Embleton, Sims, back to Embleton and out to Roberts on the right-hand side. Roberts now inside to Ahmad, taps it back to Roberts on his left foot, curls this, just round the post.
I tell you what, there's only one team that's going to win.
Only inches wide round the post. And you're right, I think Sunderland look the likelier of the two.
They'll want the whistle.
They will. Luton Suddenly they're struggling to contain
54 watching
Sunderland
now. Thank everybody for tuning in today.
Minute. Luton Town 1, Sunderland 1.
It's actually stopped raining here in Carlisle in the UK.
Season, the equaliser.
Pissed it down all day.
78th minute. As the ball bounces in the centre circle, it's going to break for Bree on the right hand side. Low cross blocked by Sirkin. It's a throw for Luton. They're about 16 yards from the corner. Cornick is going to take a long throw. Harry Cornick.
Yeah, hopefully, Lucas, we can't lose it, mate. Hopefully.
So, Cornick then, poised for a long throw. Referee keeping an eye on things. Cornick into the penalty area with the throw. Out it comes off Sims. Driven back in, and driven back in twice by Freeman. And the second time for a corner. Away on the left-hand side. Bree coming to take this as we go into the final minute of the 90.
Concentration.
Sunderland need to concentrate here and defend this set piece. Bree down on the left to take this 7th corner for Luton. Movement here as it's come in now and punched clear by Patterson for a throw on the far side.
Well done, Pat Lawson.
Cornick again. It's Bournemouth 2, Spurs 3, who've come back from 2-0 down.
Fight back by Spurs.
Cornick again with the throw. Brighton 4, Chelsea 1. Short this time to Freeman. Back down the line to Cornick. Cornick back to Freeman. Freeman's cross, and it's headed in the air by Luke O'Nien. Whistle's blown, free kick for Sunderland. What's the referee indicating here to Cameron Jerome?
Fouled by Cameron Jerome.
And Sunderland.
To see how much injury time they're going to play.
Yeah, we're just about to go into
4 minutes injury time here.
John Busby, the 4th official, shows us 6 minutes. 6 minutes of added time.
You get one from King and Lucas.
Norwich 3, Stoke 1. Patterson kicks. Upfield looking for Sims. Sims heads it back here looking for Michu. Drops for Jordan Clark looking for Cameron Jerome, but Bailey Wright heads it away to Freeman. Embleton leaves it for, he tried to get it to Michu. He does get a touch, but through to Jordan Clark. Jordan Clark now to Cornick on the left corner of the penalty area, and a shot blocked by O'Nien, and it will go behind for another corner to Luton Town.
Good job I didn't put a tip in my FPL team.
Over on the right hand side, Luke Freeman going down to take this. We're up a minute of the 6 being added on, 5 left. Luton 1, Sunderland 1. It was 1-1 the last time the two sides met here.
Command your box, that's what they need to do.
Freeman then from the right with this corner kick. Left-footed, hangs in the air. Up goes Bart to head it clear. And away on this side. Clark fouls.
Silly free kick. Silly.
Clark picks up his 5th yellow card of the season.
That was silly.
And Clark now misses the game at Huddersfield. That was just foolish.
It was.
Completely unnecessary. He now is suspended.
He's giving away a stupid free kick.
And the free kick.
No need. You're just putting him under pressure.
What are you doing there, Clark?
Clark knows. As they now have to concentrate.
Well, we've lost a key
2
player
minutes
for
played of
Huddersfield,
the 6 being added on.
Come back from Spurs,
Bree
yeah,
and Freeman over the free kick. Ahmad and Roberts in the wall.
Fucking stupid free kicks away constantly.
Bree with his right curls us in. Well, it's flicked away. Lockyer and Bradley were looking for it, but they've got it out here. Ahmad looking for the outlet of Jack Clark, but Bell is back on the halfway line, finds Cornick over on the right wing, gets the ball into the penalty area, but Embleton manages to get it out towards the left. Ahmad heads it back in, bounces for Lockyer to get in front of Sims and bring it down for Freeman. Freeman to Jordan Clark, back then to Lockyer, who shoots, blocked by the back of Sirkin. Up towards the halfway line, and it's back with Bradley. Drives it at Michu. Michu out to Ahmad on the far side. Ahmad forward, looking for Sims. Sims, just one touch would have taken him through, and Bradley got that touch to take it away from Sims. 3 minutes left. Luton 1, Sunderland 1. as Bree makes a run, but it's caught by Patterson, the high ball up. Rolled out to Roberts. Roberts over the halfway line. Roberts taking on Bell. Roberts going now into the Luton penalty area, trying to on the right-hand side. Forced to the right of it by Bell. Now looking up, he's got Embleton behind him. And Embleton gets it away from Bell. And Embleton crosses, and it's going to drift away, I think, behind for a goal kick.
Ironic cheers from the Sunderland fans when 10,000 was mentioned.
Well, the home man of the match goes to Tom Lockyer. And well, who would you pick out for Sunderland? I certainly wouldn't. Ahmad's had a very, very good game, and as the ball is headed out for a throw here to Sunderland on the right-hand side. We've got 2 minutes left. It's 1-1 here at Kenilworth Road. And O'Nien with the throw. I have to say Bart and Wright have done well through the afternoon as well. Here on halfway, Embleton's tugging Freeman's shirt, and he knew he had his back to the referee, you wouldn't see it. Patterson gets the ball, bowls it out now on the far side to Dennis Sirkin. Sirkin through to Ahmad. Ahmad down the line again here for Jack Clark. He's tackled. The ball with Roddick and Panzu to Jerome and out to Cornick on the right-hand side. And Cornick now, Bart in front of him, crosses deep. Freeman knocks it out behind for a goal kick.
Come on, Sunderland, go forward and nick
We
this
have just over a minute left. Patterson placing the ball for the goal kick. All the players heading up into the last minute now of the 6 minutes being added on, and Patterson poised for the kick. Here he comes, drives this up over the halfway line. Sims beaten by a header.
It's 1-1
from Potts behind him. Back it goes though for Bradley to head it away. 6'5", Sonny Bradley onto Embleton on the halfway line with Michoud. Back to Embleton looking for Sims. Sims brings it down. Bell whips it off him, and Bell being pursued by Roberts. Back to the goalkeeper, who clears with just over 20 seconds left as Bart nods it back behind him to Wright. Burnley 2, Reading 1 with 15 seconds remaining. 1-1 here at Kenilworth Road. Bell keeps the ball in and up and under, up into the Sunderland half. Jerome leans into O'Nien. O'Nien goes down. Free kick. That is 6 minutes.
It was anything like the first half. Referee had free foot an extra minute on, wasn't he?
30 seconds for this.
Newcastle have got 3 minutes added, and we've caught up with Newcastle with our 6 minutes. Here's Patterson with the free kick.
That's it.
And that is it.
That's it, full time.
Draw.
That's a point.
I have to say, I think probably a fair result.
I'll take that.
Yeah, it's a fair result. I think the two managers will be happy with that. I think Tony Mowbray will look at that game, and
thanks everybody for tuning in.
We've shown great character. He'll be annoyed about the goal.
It's not a bad result, 1-1.
Half time, you know,
you'll say good afternoon, God bless.
Video and say, why did we take a quick free kick? It's costly, but still we have to defend it.
You're welcome, Jamie, lad.
I've got to say we showed great character in that second half. We
came
on, and the players, the likes of Roberts, Michoud,
so we'll catch you later.
And I tell you what, you've seen what